Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and we are live on Neeves Knives, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today? I see D-Bass just said, maybe I'm not understanding correctly. He said something about that people who carry pocket knives and show their pocket clips on their pants are disrespectful. I guess I don't understand that. Maybe it's just going right over my head and I don't get it. Hopefully everybody's doing well. We do got a bunch of awesome topics to talk about. I see a lot of people are in here. So hello to everybody. Oh man, I forgot my iPad. All right, so we're gonna go on a quick commercial break for literally 10 seconds. So just hang on 1 second. Normally I just scream for Kara, but she's got her headphones in, so I know she's not gonna hear me. So we're gonna talk about a video I watched the other day on Carbide Tear Out by Tom Hosang Outdoors. Hopefully you guys know who I'm talking about. If not, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna try to explain it, but I do encourage you guys to go and look up Tom's channel. He does have a YouTube channel. He's had one for quite a while, and he does lots of steel testing, and he talks about lots of steel things, and very interesting. He's very intelligent. He knows what he's talking about, and I forget where he said he got him from, but he got some very close microscopic pictures from some site. I forget where, but regardless, the point is to figure out if carbide tear out is real or not. And we're going to go into that here in just a minute as people start coming in here. Don't forget to hit the like button. It does help me out with the algorithm. I do appreciate it. Oh, Knife Modders is in here. What's up, Knife Modders? Shout out to Richie B and Lindy Lou. Hopefully you guys are following their channel and using them for all your knife mod needs. They are the best in the business. Snake in the grass. What is up, Patrick? What's going on? I see 38 in here at the moment, but they're coming in. So I figured we just shoot the shit for a second while people are coming in here. Then we'll start hitting some of these topics. I did want to talk really quick. Maybe we can do that while people are crowding in here about these Sativian knives, man. These things, they're only like 25 bucks, 27 bucks. They're usually under $30, but holy cow, they are like Ganzo good. And when I say Ganzo, I mean that in a good way, because Ganzo knives are extremely affordable, but let me know if my volume's a little low, guys. But they're extremely affordable, but they're like really good for the money. Like, it's crazy what you do get for the money. And for these $25, $27 D2 steel, it's just a knife, right? D2 steel, budget steel, G10 steel liners, but the action is like what you'd expect on a high-end folder. And look at this drop. Complete fall shut action. Detent is super solid, and there's no play any direction. They're very, very solid, nice and centered, deep carry clips. They're really, really good knives. And for somebody looking to that can't spend $50 or $100, but you want to experience the best bang for your buck, so to speak, something that's really good quality without spending really good quality money. Sativian, man, it's shocking how good they are. What's up, Jimbo? Logical felt better yesterday than woke up today. Oh yeah, I forgot you guys got the vid. You woke up today with my voice going out and feeling like poop. Hopefully in a day or so we'll be back to normal. You guys will be. Yeah, hopefully you guys are getting some rest, getting lots of vitamins, lots of fluids in you, and I can't wait for you guys to feel better soon. Um, we're praying for you to get your ass back to work so we can get some of them knife mods. Unit. I can't wait to purchase the Cold Steel Drifter. Cold Steel Drifter. I can't think of that one. Is my camera too high? I feel maybe I should raise up a little bit. I feel like it's not center. Man, I was like struggling because I hung this flag back there right before we started, and I moved everything to where you guys probably can't tell, but I actually straightened things out. Normally it's like this. So I was actually running late. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I thought about doing it sideways, but I think, and I could, um, it's just then I would have to turn the camera a little bit so you see more of this wall. I don't know. I might move it, but I kind of like it straight up and down like that. But we'll see. Bang bang, America. Oh, so the other day, or what was it, the last live, I brought up a subject and I asked somebody, but I didn't get into it as deep as I wanted to. So I guess we might as well get into it now together before we get into these other topics. So basically, like I was watching what is it? Greg? I don't know. I'm probably gonna butcher his last name, but Greg Domnals. Greg Domnals. He has a YouTube channel, and his first video was, he's only done a few videos, but his first video was like his knife collection. He has a lot of really, really good knives, like a lot of USA made knives and some top hitters, some really good stuff. And he brought up a really good concept that I think is very true, and I find myself enjoying the same thing. So I really like, the snappy action and the nice drop shuttiness. Of course, I love that. I absolutely love that. But there is something too when you have a lot more to do with the action of your knife, meaning like you're more involved with how it opens and closes. I don't have a Sabenza on me right now, but you can picture like being a Sabenza where you roll it out or flick it out, but then you have to push the lock bar, it hits your thumb, and then you either push it down yourself and you can actually feel it close. Now sometimes you can even say that for some drop shutting knives, but basically where it's not like you just move your finger and it slams shut, like some knives where there's just no resistance. As soon as you move your finger, it just slams shut. And it's as if you don't have a lot of control over that knife. You're not very involved with its action. But there's something too when you get to feel every bit of the action. When it locks up, you lock it up. And when you disengage it, you're disengaging it and then you influence its close. And you're just that much more involved with the action on it. And I'm curious because I like them both. I love the fall shut, ridiculously smooth, crazy action. I love that stuff too. But I also love like the Sabenza type of action. And then I like the in between where it's like a happy medium where yes, it's very smooth on the drop. It's not like you don't have to close it, two-handed, or you don't have to close it with your hand. You can literally let it drop, but you can also, kind of have a lot of control over it at the same time. Zach, what's up, bud? It's all about that action, boss. So I'm curious, and Zach, you can jump in too. Shout out to Zach. Go and follow his channel, man. Awesome dude. Best dude in the community. Which one's your favorite? Like, if you had to choose between being involved in the action, kind of like a Sabenza, or you're not involved at all, kind of like, I guess, kind of like an access lock where you deploy it and then you just pull down and it just shuts. I know you love access locks. So I guess, we might as well leave Zach out of this, but that was a joke. Because I love access locks too, but you're taken out of that a little bit. Same thing with the compression lock. You just hit the lock, it shuts, and it's done. You're a lot less involved than with like a frame lock. A frame lock, you're a lot more involved with that action. And I notice a lot of times I really like being involved with it, but I also love the other stuff too. I see Talica's in here. Talica, I have a nice new patina photo of my XM24 linen micarta sent to your Instagram. Awesome. Yeah, I'll check it out. Thank you for the donation, Talica. I appreciate it, bud. Thank all you guys for all the donations, man. You guys definitely help keep this channel afloat for sure. Thank you so much. What's up, Andrew? Oh, I put a look at this edge. Hopefully I can get it on camera. Check this thing out. Holy cow. This is the Wii Subjugator. Let me pull this off really quick. This is the Wii Subjugator, and oh my goodness, did it take a damn edge. Oh, it is like scary sharp, like crazy. Hopefully we can get it on the camera. Come on, camera. Be my friend today. Yeah, let me go like this first. Now let's turn it. The mirror edges, man, they are so tough to get on camera. It is a screamer, though. Yeah, it's probably not going to go as well as I'd like it to. Anyways, maybe we can get this direction. No, doesn't matter. The point is you can go see it on Instagram if you want to. Damn it. You know what? Let's grab a piece of paper just because it's that sharp. I mean, this thing dances through paper. This is regular paper, but I was putting it through phone book paper earlier. Phone book paper didn't it just melted. That's what happened. It just melted. Can you guys see that? Hair whittling isn't even like hairs don't even get close to it. Like I asked Kara, hey Kara, can you grab me a hair out of your brush? She doesn't even make it over here. And the shit just melts. That's how sharp that fucker is. And that's a fact, by the way. A fact. Seems logical says I probably can't stay too late tonight. Been sleep deprived the past couple of days. Need a night to crash and sleep 10 hours straight. No problem, man. Get some sleep, man. Take care of yourself. You got to be healthy, man. Definitely get some sleep. Don't let the live hold you up, man. I'd rather you be well slept and very healthy. What's up, Byron? Okay, so let's talk about this carbide tear out now. Okay, so Tom Osang Outdoors. Make sure you guys go follow his channel and make sure you guys watch this video for yourself. He explains it far better than I can, and you can see the pictures, right? You're going to want to see the pictures. So Tom Hosang Outdoors. Go and watch it. Maybe one of the moderators can put a link up so you guys can go follow his channel. Gary, thank you for the donation. How much gunny juice do you apply to your strops, and is it possible to use too much? Yes, it is, but you're probably not gonna. Okay, so watch. Okay, usually with stropping compound, the less the better, right? You don't want to go too crazy, because the stuff like the compound, the diamonds are throughout it. So if you've thrown a layer over the surface, it's coated. You don't have to put more and more. You're just putting stuff on top of stuff. You're wasting it basically. Little is more. Now, if you go and watch my video on the gunny juice, I actually spread it out. You can actually watch me spread some on. I just put a couple drips on the strop and make sure it coats the entire surface. It doesn't have to be thick. As long as it touches that spot of the leather, you're good. It's even with the other stuff like the aluminum oxide stuff, all that stuff, all you have to do is coat it a thin layer. If you have like that green stuff that comes in like a crayon, just coat a thin layer. That's all you need. Now, when you can see it's getting wore out, put another thin layer on there. So with the gunny juice, since it's a liquid, you just want that liquid to coat the surface. You don't want it to be built up. You don't, and then when you've used it a bunch of times and you can tell it's kind of wearing out a little bit, add another layer. Patrick, hey, bud. Thank you, man. Hey, my friend, studio looks awesome. Thank you, man. Thanks to you. Thanks to you. Patrick hooked me up with the knife shelf and the Neevesknives billboard. Thank you, man. I appreciate the donation. Yeah, no, it's coming together, man. I appreciate all the support because it's definitely made my studio turned up. Let's just say that it is turning this beach up. And I'm loving it, man. I am loving it. I'm still gonna put some more stuff. The only thing is, the more stuff I put behind me, the less. I mean, the camera has no problem focusing on me, but when I just put the knife up there like that, it doesn't just hit it now. Like it'll focus behind me. I have to actually put my hand up and then it will. So, and that has to do with the stuff behind me. I might change the distance in the camera. That's going to be just trial and error. We will figure it out, but I do want to continue to upgrade the studio and continue to build it up and make it better, and over time I'll realize what's best for the camera and for the viewers and everything else. John Sellers, another 20 bones. Thank you, man. Oh my goodness. You guys are crazy. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Mike's in here. I just accidentally starred his name for some reason. Mike, at least you are getting views. Well, thank you. Thank you. I try to put in a lot of work so I can get views. Got to get them views. I've always had great results stropping with the DMT paste. Haven't tried gunny juice yet. Is it that much better? Well, they're both going to be diamond. Excuse me. They're both going to be diamond, but yes, I do. So, okay, so I had the DMT, and I'm going to go into this, and then we're going to go into the carbide tear out because I want to speak about this video. So I didn't have the DMT paste, but I've had the Neevesknives paste, and I've had the DMT spray. The DMT spray is good, but the problem is it's really messy. It takes a while to dry. And that kind of becomes an issue. Same thing with the paste. The paste can be the same way. It's a little nasty. The gunny juice is extremely, I can't emphasize this enough. It is so easy to work with. You just drip it on. You can use your finger, use whatever you want, rub it in, and 30 seconds later, it's dry. Not even like 15 seconds. You can blow on it and it'll just dry right in front of your eyes. It's so easy to put on. So that means every time you put another layer on there, you don't really worry about it because it's not like it's going to take you an hour to do it or 20 minutes for it to dry. Like some of the compounds you have to let sit overnight, or you got to heat it up with a with a blow dryer or something. It's so easy to use, and it is very effective. And the reason why I think it's so effective, or actually I know this, is their diamonds. The diamonds that they use inside of it are so microscopic. They're very, very tiny compared to some of the other companies, which make it to where they don't scratch the surface as much as they polish it. And obviously there's different microns, right? So, it depends, but even for the microns that are more aggressive, it's not that the diamonds are bigger, it's that there's just more of them. So it's very effective. Let's just say that. Just to boil it all down, it's very, very effective. You see the results really quickly. And if you like, even if you're trying to polish, if you have multiple of them, like if you have the 9, the 6, the 3, the 1, the quarter, if you have all of those in a row, you could polish an edge with it. Whether it's going to be sharp, that's another fucking story, but you could definitely polish with it. Mike, throwing out some donations. Fed up with YouTube, may shut the channel down for a while. Well, don't start saying that. Ain't nobody going to want to fucking support your ass. And you say, why am I supporting this guy? He's just going to fucking shut down. But hey, man, we all go through, it's all like right now, my shit's all down, like crazy down. And I know you're going to say, well, you get a lot more than me. So, but regardless, for what I get, I am way down. So like crazy down, but I know how it goes. It goes like this. So you just got to ride that wave and and continue moving on. I mean, that's how I look at it. I'm always grinding. But yeah, I mean, it sucks. I hate looking at my shit and it's all just negative and down, and I'm not getting anything I was getting 2 weeks ago and all that stuff. But it's just how it goes, and that's why it's a lot of people say you shouldn't watch that stuff because I do think it's really beneficial to watch the stuff if you use it. But if you don't use it long term, like not meaning I've used it the past 3 months, meaning you've used it for the past year and you are, looking at all your stuff to where it benefits you, don't even fucking look at it then, because that's the point of it. Um, have you had a chance to check out the plexus? Any thoughts? I don't know what the plexus is. Maybe we'll look it up here in a minute. Let me speak about this really quick and then we'll go into that because I know some people are probably saying, shut the fuck up and talk about the carbide tear out. So, Tom Hosang Outdoors did this, like, basically a study, and he had all the microscopic pictures, and it was basically talking about, when sharpening compared from like aluminum oxide to diamonds, and also talking about certain steels, especially the really hard steels, the stuff with the really large carbides, especially. Is there such thing as carbide tear out? Well, his conclusion came out to no, there is no such thing as carbide tear out. However, so don't fucking do backflips yet, all you guys who said there was no such thing, because what winds up happening is, and I don't want to say, I'm not trying to give his video up, so go and watch his video. It will be better, much better explained than what I'm doing right now. So please just go watch his video. But basically, what it came down to, at least what I got from it, is that with certain stones, what happens is they don't tear the carbides out. What they do is they leave them there, and then the carbides sit there, and the steel gets pulled away, and then eventually, when it hits the carbide, it shatters it. So the carbide shatters instead of being cut. So then the result is pieces come out, not like carbide tear out, because picture a carbide like, oh shit, this was from like a couple months ago. So picture carbides like that, but we're gonna draw it a little bit differently, and we're gonna use my new tactile pen to do it. We're gonna talk about this here in a minute. Cue ball, what's up, brother? Seems like a lot of us are afflicted with some type of illness this week. Keep you all in my thoughts and prayers. Rest up. Yeah, man. Prayers to everybody who's sick. My sister and my nieces and nephews, they were all just sick, and my whole family was just sick. Not me though. Not me. I'm too tough for that shit. That's a joke, obviously, but no, yeah. Blessings to everybody who's not feeling good and is sick. I hope you guys all feel better. Make sure you guys keep your fluids in you. Keep drinking water and lots of vitamins. Okay, so this is the carbides. Okay, the one with the balls in it. So that's the carbide. So picture that, right? And you're sharpening the edge bevels when you are sharpening, right? So when the steel gets, I'm trying to do this all backwards. So when you're sharpening the side and you start getting down and you start getting to the carbides, what winds up happening is, instead of like it's supposed to happen when you're using diamonds, what happens is it cuts right into them, cuts right into the carbides, and the carbides get cut with the steel. Well, when you're using certain aluminum oxide stones or certain stones, what winds up happening is the carbide stays there, right? So it stays there. So what winds up happening is it starts looking like this. It starts looking like that. And then what happens is eventually it shatters, right? So then when it shatters, just pieces of it fall off, but the carbide still stays there, but pieces come off. And you can actually see the steel being dragged around the carbides. It's fascinating. It's fascinating to look at. And But when you look at the apex now, the very edge, because right now that's looking like, say, we were just looking at the edge bevels, right? I'm going to get to the donations in 1 second. I just want to finish this. But when we get to the apex now, what winds up happening is they'll look like this. It'll look all jaggedy like that, rather than, which it's always going to look like that. It's always going to look like little, basically like kind of like serrations, but you kind of want it to be a little cleaner and not as wavy, not basically not as bad. And maybe I'm saying that wrong, but you kind of want it to be more like this and less like that. But anyways, it was fascinating to find out that the carbide tear out doesn't really actually happen. What winds up happening is the carbides don't get tore out. They stay, and the steel gets pulled from around them. They get exposed, and then they get fucking shattered rather than getting sharpened. And then the edge retention winds up lasting far better from the diamonds than with the aluminum oxide. When the aluminum oxide actually leads to the edge retention not lasting as long as its potential. Now, that we're talking about high carbide steels right now. We're not talking about every steel. We're talking about K390s, Maximets, S90Vs, the high carbide steels. But either way, though, when you're talking about large carbides, it does, regardless of the steel, if it has large carbides. So any steel that has large carbides, basically. Richard, thank you for the donation. Nice support. Oh man, thank you for the 5 bones, man. I appreciate it. Mike, you son of a bitch, man. You didn't have to do that. Thank you, Mike. Oh man, you're awesome, Mike. Thank you for the 10 bones. Thank you for the support, bro. It's just hard when you put a lot of work into the video and it only gets like 3 views, not 300. Got to take a shower and get ready for my live feed. Dude, I completely get it, man. I understand, man. The grind is real. The grind is hard, and it does get stressed out. And hey, there's my mom. I love you, mom. But yeah, it sucks, man. It does suck. You put a lot of work into something and it doesn't pay off. But that's why, you got to keep grinding, man. That's what it's about. You got to keep grinding. And sometimes people do wind up finding out that it's just not for them. And if it's not, it's not. But if you decide that it is, then nothing should affect that, right? That you're either all in or not. You shouldn't be affected by that. You got to kind of figure it out. Like, okay, if this isn't working out, then let me try this. But you can't ever change something and expect results. That's not how it works. It's kind of like say, think about a lot of things like this, like kind of like a diet, right? It's kind of like I'm wanting to shed a few pounds, or wanting to bulk up, or wanting to get swole. Just because you picked up a weight once this week doesn't mean you're all of a sudden going to get swole. Just because you ate healthy today doesn't mean you're all of it. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how it works. This is an overtime thing, and you always have to play the long game. Always. If you're not playing the long game, then you will never have the ability to look at what you're doing on a scientific standing point and see what's being affected. How is it working? Does this work? Right? Because you can't sprinkle little things in to see if they work. You got to be consistent and then sprinkle things in and see, okay, does this work better? Does this work better? I did 120 videos like this, but it was unsuccessful. So now I'm doing 120 videos like this. Is that more successful? And especially when your subgrowth changes and everything, it's kind of hard to see the effects. So you got to look at it in percentages and things like that. It is difficult though, and it does get stressful. But yeah, man, it's tough, man. I just got home. Why am I always never home? Why aren't you ever home, man? That's not good. You need to get home and stay home for a couple weeks. Quit running around. Lisa Pape looks far. Looks far too near. I know. My mom's a beautiful woman. Yes, she is. Gorgeous. Looks under every rock. Look under every rock. Yeah, look under every rock. Okay, let me get this back over here. You know what I've kind of missed, and I've talked about this. I talked about this a couple, maybe it was a couple months ago. I don't know, but I've talked about this before. I kind of miss carrying the same knife. I kind of miss just waking, not, I guess not just waking up, but getting up and not even, you don't even think about it. Don't even think about what knife you're going to grab because you're going to fucking grab that same knife. Not even a second thought about it. Right. And just that feeling of exactly how this knife cuts, exactly what to expect, how the action is, just everything, how it carries. It's the same thing, and you get to put that love on it every single day. And that scratch, well, you remember that scratch because you did it yesterday. Like just I kind of miss that a little bit because I go through so many knives and I'm always reviewing and testing different knives. Like right now, I got the Bade Modern Designs stunner. And this is a new one, right? I've had it for a couple weeks and I'm like just starting to really like test it and everything. And like with this one too, the subjugator, the Wii subjugator, I'm busy testing this one too. So it's like I have all these knives that I'm testing. Same thing with the flicks. I'm testing these knives, but none of them are like the only knife, right? I'm constantly moving along. But I find when I go back to the knives that I know very well and I've carried a lot and like I know I love these knives. Like I already know. Like that's my boo. That's my little baby knife. I love that knife. I have like that feeling, where it's like, man, I kind of want to just continue to carry you. I don't want to put you back to pick that up, whatever that is. Not saying bad about any other knife, but I can just feel myself wanting to just keep carrying that. So I bought something and I'm going to do a video on it. And I'm possibly going to wind up destroying one of my edges. And I'm going to make it sure it's a beautiful fucking edge before I destroy it too. Just for the video. I bought your guys' favorite pull-through sharpener. Just for you, Breeze. Just for you. I know how much you love pull-through sharpener, so we're gonna test this baby out and see what it looks like after I put it on a polished edge. I'm gonna polish an edge up real nice like, and then I'm gonna see how it does. But the video is gonna be surrounding basically what does it actually do? Right? What is the results from that? Breeze, yes, I know you love it. You love it. Blade HQ gives them away. I didn't know that. I bought this bitch. I shouldn't have bought it. I guess I should have just asked them to send me one. I didn't want to ask a company to send me it and then I destroy it on camera, you know. Whoa, whoa, we got a bunch of donations coming in. Charles Wood, thank you for the donation. Have you tried the Russian TS Pro? Yes, I actually have a full review coming up very soon on that system, actually. So you're in luck. Maurice with the 2 bones. Thank you, Maurice. I appreciate it, brother. But yes, the TS Prof, I have a full review coming soon. I'm going to do 2 reviews. Well, it's going to be in many videos, but I have a full review coming of the base model. So the cheapest you can buy, I'm going to review that just so whoever buys it, they know what they're getting for that money, which I'll be honest, it's great. But I'm also going to get the other parts and I'm going to bring it in and say, what do you get for the Big Bang? It ain't cheap. But you know what they say, you get what you pay for, right? But even its base model, you really don't need much more than that. You got I mean, obviously there's always little things that you might need that you can include, but you got everything you pretty much need with the base system in regards to a great edge. More than a great edge, a perfect edge. Wonder if I should drag a sack edge through it. I mean, those are thin, so I can imagine the damage. Now there is a place for these, you know, in the bottom of your dumpster. No, I'm just joking. No, there's actually a place for these, but it's not gonna be what they say they're for. What they are basically they always make them seem like they're sharpeners. They're not. They're This is not for sharpening. And that's what I'm gonna attack is that argument in the video. But there is still a place for it. And I'll explain it in the video exactly what you can use it for and where the benefits would lie in a pull through sharpener. But a pull through sharpener, you can get the same stuff out of better tools, right? Would that work for doing that thing? Yeah, it would, but you would probably get even better results with a ceramic rod or, ceramic rod and strop. Or, yeah, a ceramic rod and a strop. Yeah, that's basically it. You could use other stones and a stone and then a ceramic rod, but are we gonna sharpen a rock stud with it? I don't even think the rock stud would fit in this thing. And if it did, no, we will not. No, absolutely not. Oh, absolute last resort. Right. If you were gonna do I'll talk about it a little bit. I don't want to reveal too much because you guys don't watch my videos when I do that. So to get you guys to make sure you guys watch the video, I'm not going to say too much, but if you're just doing like a crazy burr removal or something, you could use the one side for that, but it's going to be on a very, very light duty way. And it's going to be one time. Like it's not going to be whoosh, 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 whoosh. Like when I see people take their knives and they're going through it and they're like, whoosh, 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 and they flip it. Whoosh, whoosh. My ears are just like, why are you doing that? It's kind of like taking a diamond plate to me, and just like doing that with or any stone and just doing that. Now, like I said, there is a place for it. And will your edge get sharp from doing all that? Hell yes, it will, but it will not last. And that's that's what we're trying to do when kind of like how we're looking for these beautiful super steels and all these amazing steels. We're looking for that triangle, right? That well-rounded. We want corrosion resistance, toughness, and edge retention, and edge stability and all that, but basically a well-rounded steel. Same thing with sharpening. You can get a hair whittling, crazy, crazy, ridiculous sharp edge that you can just barely look at and it'll cut you, but it's not going to be long lasting and it'll be very fragile and it'll microchip. You're looking for that balance in that edge. Like a lot of people don't realize that when they want like the most sharpest edge they can possibly get, it's like, okay, but now you're literally asking for the most fragile edge you can possibly get. You're asking for an edge that will microchip. So that's why you're trying to look for that balance. As sharp as you can get an edge without losing too much toughness. You want a balance. Yes, you're going to lose some toughness by increasing the sharpness to a very high point, but you don't want to lose it to the point to where it's microchipping and rolling or anything like that. You want to keep it to where it's still tough, still strong, but yeah, it's very sharp and cuts really good. Oregon says in the very bottom of your bug out bag underneath the Work Sharp field sharpener. See, now that's what I would recommend is the Work Sharp field sharpener over something like that for sure. Every day of the week. It's for Lynn Thompson to prove something or another. I thought. Maurice says I only use my Work Sharp. Work Sharps work good. I know it kind of hurt my feelings when I seen Work Sharp came out with one of these. I don't understand why. Because they already have great sharpeners. So I don't get it. I guess you know what? I'll argue for them. I love Work Sharp. I love what they do. I think they do incredible stuff. They're very kind people too. They're the kindest people ever. I could understand like if you already have a sharpening device, you have your sharpening system, you have everything, and you can sharpen really good. You might throw one of these at the bottom of your hunting bag. So when you're out in the field and say you're field dressing a deer or doing whatever, right? And you hit a rock or something, or you do dull your edge and you're like, I just need a sharp edge really quick. I'm gonna resharpen it when I get back. Like, this is not an edge that's gonna last. You can hit it really quick and then, but you already know, like, this is just a sharp edge. It's fucked up. There's nothing good about this edge right now. It's just to get me by. So I could understand that from their perspective, because I'm guessing there's always going to be the people out there that are on a job site or in the field that are like, man, I don't care nothing about anything. I just want this edge sharp right now, just to cut these last 10 ropes or field dress the rest of this deer or whatever. Compromises everywhere. Yes, you got to, yeah, always compromising. You're always compromising somewhere in some way, shape, or form. You're compromising. You're losing something here, but gaining something here, and you're looking for that fucking balance. You're playing the balancing act always. I bought a work sharp after watching Jared's video on it. Works better than anything I've ever had. That's amazing, John. Yeah, it's a great system, and for what you're paying, like Lansky, you don't even get for the same price, you don't even get the base. And I think it's great. I think it's a great system. It's my most recommended system for somebody who, especially on a budget. And then if you're like only on a budget, like weekly, and you want to be able to upgrade, it's a great system to upgrade with. So you don't have to have a large amount of money from the start. You can slowly upgrade it as you go. Something like the KME, yes, you can get a great system for a couple $100, which is it's an amazing system, but you can't really, I mean, I don't know, maybe you can, but piece it together, but you can't just buy the piece like for $50 and get great results with the $50. You don't have to buy anything else if you don't want to. Pull through trash. Absolutely. Worksharp makes a little one about that size with some bits in it. Has fine diamonds and ceramic. Okay, if it has diamonds, that's not so bad. If it's diamonds and ceramic, okay, that's not so bad. I could see that. The one problem is that the 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 carbide in there, that's what really fucks your edge up. Now the ceramic can too. I'm not saying the ceramic can't, but that could be valuable too if you know how to use it. Just like with anything, if you know what you're doing and you know how to use it, you can use it appropriately and effectively. But in the same breath, though, you can destroy shit. So, yeah, that surprised me. Lansky was the first system, no base. Yeah, you have to buy it separate, and it's like $13 for the base or something like that. Okay, guys, we're not gonna speak too much about this, but holy shit, inflation, right? Have you guys seen the prices from all these knife companies? Holy cow, man. Prices are going up. Everything is off the chains right now. It's nuts. Even I say quotes in my videos and my reviews, not realizing like that's the wrong price, Jared. That was last week's price. You better add about $15 to that because inflation. Like I'm literally saying prices. I said $65 for this. It's like $89 now. The Kershaw bare knuckle. It was $65. That's all it was. 65, $70. I think the knockout was 70 and then the bare knuckle was 65. But now they want like $89 or something. Like what? Value of our dollar is going down. Yes, it is. And it's going down fast. It's going down. We can't afford gas to go to the store. Online prices are going to kill me. Well, in all honesty, man, I do a lot of my purchases online. I can't drive, so every time I leave, I have to Uber. So if I leave somewhere, that it's already an expense for me. So I do make a lot of my purchases online. Do I want to? No, but I have to. I don't have a choice. Uh, so it just is what it is. So I do try to find the best prices I can possibly get, but it sucks, man. Fucking these prices are going crazy. Let's go, Brandon, for sure. Um, I got the Work Sharp Elite has brought my sharpening game from novice to intermediate. Nice. Awesome. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to do, and I know this video will help you. I know it will because, excuse me, with any system, when you start using it, there's a learning curve, right? But after a while, you perfect it. And the things you learn after perfecting it, you realize everything you did in the past that you got used to, right? Like the things like, oh man, I did this is how I always did it, but you think that's how the system works, and you think that this is just the results, not realizing that if you understood this motion a little bit more, or you understood how to get in the habit of doing this better, that your results could be just as good as anybody else's in any other system, right? It's kind of like a lot of people say, and I've always said this too, like with freehanding, specifically to freehanding. Well, I guess with fixed angles too. So this, I guess this goes across the board. You have to know what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're using, right? Like it doesn't matter what stone I'm using. I first have to know how to sharpen. The stone is not going to make me sharpen better. If I know the technique, then my results will be better because of my technique, but the stone won't make that happen. The stone is more effective because I'm better or because I'm more effective. If I fuck up edges on a shitty $10 stone, I'm gonna fuck up edges on $100 stone too. So, but I'm gonna do a video that I think will help everybody that's sharpening. Also, there's one more thing. We got to talk about this. Gary, thank you for the donation. Is there a big difference in quality between touching up ceramic stones, or are the cheap ones as good as the expensive ones? Usually size is the big difference in money. But there are some finer ones, right? You'll never find, at least I haven't found, ceramic stones that are coarse, right? They're usually like a medium to ultra fine. So that's going to be a factor between it being like a more of a little bit more of a coarser ceramic versus an ultra fine ceramic. You want to get probably the finer ceramic, but really doesn't matter. Both of them are still going to be a high grit, or more of a honing stone. But it's ceramic stones are ceramic. It's not going to be that big of a deal. And to be honest, if you know what you're doing, you can polish the surface of a ceramic stone. So you can turn a ceramic stone, you can make it a little finer. Um, maybe not quite to the level of which like ultra fine will be, but you could definitely polish it up a little bit and make it better. But just get a ceramic stone. It's not that big of a deal. The medium ceramic is definitely coarser than the ultra fine ceramic if you're talking about Spider Coast ceramics, but usually the ceramics are just about the size, and that's where the price is going to really come in. Um, but yeah, there's some quality differences. Yes, there's going to be small quality differences, but mostly it's just texture and things like that. It's not that big of a deal in like a difference in the quality, because ceramic is ceramic, which is technically from aluminum oxide. But yeah. So I'm going to so what I was just about to say before we got into that was I'm going to do a tips and trick video on the work sharp, and this is going to go into any type of sharpening system. The tips and tricks I'm going to show, I'm going to use the work sharp probably, but maybe I'll use 2 or 3 different systems to just show this works on any system, but basically tips and tricks to show you things that you're possibly doing wrong, that if you did this, you will get perfect results. Next thing, I already started it. Kara's doing the stickers and everything for the join button. So I got 70% of it done. So I'm going to be able to do a join button. So one of the things in there is going to be that I'm thinking about doing a like lives for the join members. So the members, whoever pays, it's going to start out like $3.99 a month, and there's going to be like a $10 one, and then maybe a $20 one or something like that. I haven't figured that out. Right now, I'm just talking shit, but it's 70% done, and those were the numbers I have written down as of right now. I might drop them a little bit, but the point is just that when I do a live, only the members will be able to be involved. Right. So the members will be able to sit there with me and possibly even come in if they want to, and to teach people sharpening, to help them learn stuff. And then we can do like one-on-one stuff with sharpening to help people learn. And it'll cost them like $3 a month. And I don't know if I do it once a week or once every other week, do a live that's specifically to them, for an hour or two. The only thing is that people would have to be off and be available at those times. But like I said, I haven't fully figured out exactly how I'm going to do that, but I would like to help people learn more in sharpening and help them, get the techniques and everything with the membership. Now, at the bottom tier, you would be able to still join the lives and everything. So any tier would be able to do that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. What did my mom say? Good night, everyone. Good night, Mom. I love you too. Yes to that if you're not. Okay, I gotta catch up. I'm guessing I'm way back behind. Hopefully I didn't miss any donations. Oh no. Oh yes, I am far. It looked like I wasn't that far away. All right. Once every other week seems more manageable if you ask me. I think so too. Twice a month. Twice a month I think would be great. That way people already know what's coming, right? They know like it's every other week, like say every other Wednesday or something, or maybe every other Thursday. Figure out an exact day and time to where the most amount of people can show up, figure out the right time and everything, and do a sharpening session where we just talk about sharpening, steels, all knife stuff, right? But it gives the people the ability to sit there and talk to me and ask questions. And if it gets to the point to where they're like, listen, man, I need to show it to you what I'm talking about. I can let them come in and if they have a camera, right? Or not a camera, but a phone or whatever, and they can show me their problem. But also, obviously I would still talk to them offline too. So, but this would bring it to where it can be more personal and make it to where people can understand faster, better, and learn more. And yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think, and also it helps in the same breath. You're supporting the channel, supporting the content, and I'm helping provide, some use. You know what a waste. Wait, hold on a second. You know what a waste to have cut shop classes. What? Okay. Um, I went to tech school. Been a machinist since 10th grade. Nice. No. Sam Squatch, no, but I don't mind doing like, especially for like top tiers. Like if I did a top tier, I wouldn't mind doing like a Zoom call or something like that and helping people individually. I wouldn't mind that for people like that. Like maybe each member gets like, like I'll have to figure it out, but maybe like each member gets like a Zoom call once a week or something for certain tiers or something. I gotta set something up like that. Maybe I'll talk to some of my moderators and friends in the community about what they think and what they think would be a good strategy because they definitely help me out a lot, and I appreciate all the support from them. Thanks to all the great content. Sharp Canadian 76. Congrats on the success of your channel. Well deserved. Thank you, man. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I always appreciate when you guys show appreciation to all the hard work, man, because I do put in a lot of work and it does mean a lot when you guys see everything I am trying and struggling to do for the channel and for the growth of this and to turn it into a functioning business. Ah, fuck. This cut has still got me. Oh, man, that hurt. Terrence, thank you for the donation. Oh, that was so crazy. Thank you for the donation, man. I hit the bell and I got that nerve is still cut, and the bell was ringing, and this part of it touched the bell, and that vibration sent a shock through my nerve. Like it literally felt like I got electrocuted. It was crazy. Felt like I got burnt or something. Um, Thank you, Terrence. I do appreciate it, man. Sorry to get bell effects during your donation. It will help you know exactly what to help with people. Right. And that's why I think it'll be good to have, because if I know your exact problem, I can hit it right on the head right then, and we can discuss it and figure it out. Then the next week, you've had time to work on that. So then in the next week, we can talk more about it. What's your issues now with that problem? Are you able to fix it? Where are you slacking now? What can we do about it? And also, it wouldn't even be just that. Like, there'll be other stuff too, like this is, it just creates a time where it's like, you know, a group of people that are paying, right? And I know like that's like the thing in the community where it's like, oh, I ain't paying to do that. It's like, well, then don't, right? Well, then don't. But the point is the people that do pay and do support, it offers them, the ability to kind of hang out and bullshit and, figure stuff out and possibly get in on things that they might not have if not. Ricardo with the 5 bones for bandages. Thank you. Hey, check this out. It's funny you said that. I just bought a new one. I had my whole first aid. This tells you how much wounds I get. I had another one very similar to this that was like starting to go dry. I mean, it still had a lot of stuff in it, but there's like specific bandages that are the best, the ones that you use the most. I was starting to run dry on those. Now, normally I buy one of those big boxes that have multiple boxes in one box. So it's one box with like 5 boxes. Each box has a specific type of band-aid. And I usually take those and then I divide them up into my packs. But they were running dry from the big box to the first aid. So I just bought another one of these. Now I'm going to take and buy another one of those box bandage things, and I'm going to distribute it into that one and then some of my other things. And then I got my emergency first aid kit in my bag. And by the way, man, I am loving that backpack, guys. I should do a video on that backpack. I really should. It is such a good backpack. It's like my favorite backpack ever. I love it. You should charge for online charge. That's kind of what we're talking about, Todd. It's kind of like that, but it's a join membership. So there would be tiers where the first tier gets to join, and everybody can join this. That starts even if you're at the bottom tier. But the more you move up in tiers, like the more you get, the more stuff you do get. But if you're part of the tiers, that means you will be a part of the lives. If you're not, then you won't be able to comment or do anything in the live. So I think you might be able to still watch. I can make it available to everybody to still watch, but in order to comment and join in, you would have to, pay $3.99 a month. Which, when you break it down, really, $3-4 a month, like that, I mean, that's really not that much, and I know to some people it is. And if it is, then, if it is, then you shouldn't do it, right? If $4 a month is going to affect you that bad, you definitely shouldn't do it. And I've been there, so I understand. Like, I'm not saying anything. I've definitely been there multiple times. Maurice with another 2 bones. What's up, baby? You joining in? Andrew with the 2 bones. Fuck Joe Biden. Thank you. Thank you.
Want to join?
Thank you. What the hell? Plenty pote. First aid is important. Absolutely. For sure. No, I rung the bell.
Yeah, I heard what you said.
Holy cow,
okay.
man. Yeah.
Kiss?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I was making sure.
Don't do that. For only 20 cents.
It hurts your little finger.
For only 20 cents a day, you can support a Jared too.
Thank
you, Breeze. Thank you, Breeze.
Shake and look sad like the dogs. They always find shaky dogs for those channels.
Can you pay it all at once? You can pay your $4 all at once. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Every month. Q-Ball says, hey.
Hey.
Kara here. Neevesknives live.
Neevesknives with a wife live.
I may just do that. I dropped my Apple Music subscription this week. There you go. Bang. See, you're saving bucks over there, so you can spend bucks over here. Make a tier
just
where Kara reads our fortunes. What's up?
Yeah.
Baby?
Just remember though that the first tier gets you the ability to gain the custom logo that would appear next to your name during the lives, which it would change the longer you remain a member. And then you would also get custom emojis that you can choose to use in any live, whether it's members live or
Right.
regular live. And then,
But they can still join the lives, though.
course.
No, I'm saying the lives that are just for the join members.
yeah,
Too, right?
I was
Yeah,
saying that
okay.
people that have the emojis, they can be used in any
I
live.
heard you.
And then,
Hey,
and
hey,
then,
I
and
fucking heard you.
And then, who knows what that's from? First person to get it. And then,
Knife wife.
you know what that's from?
Yeah, I do.
Let him get it then.
All right.
Let's see. Who knows? But yeah, if you are already on Patreon, Patreon is really about the giveaway. So if you want to change, there's not going to be giveaways on the join button. So
well, we'll see, but there might be, but it's not going to be like the patron. I already do once a month giveaways to the patron members, so I'm not sure if I did. I'm waiting. Okay. If I do, it won't be probably as big as like the patrons because I already give away a bunch of stuff there. But I want to answer this question. New to knife collecting, is S90V better than M4? Okay. So that's anytime when we're talking about steels, it's very argumentative. So it is going to be from your perspective, right? Because there is, once you get to mid-grade steels to super steels, there's really not like of the best or better. Now, people would argue like, okay, yes, S90V gets better edge retention than M4, right? But M4 is tougher than S90V. You see where we're going? So it depends on what you're needing. Are you wanting edge retention or are you wanting toughness and strength? Damn it. So it does depend on what you want in a steel, but most people would probably say for pocket knives that S90V is better, but for fixed blades, M4 would be better. Hopefully that answered your question. Todd says, how much to come to my house and walk my dog? You're in luck because I got deals for that all week, Todd. All week deals. Dude, where's my car?
Yes. Technically, Breeze said Chinese food order, which was pretty close.
My sister, it's her birthday. She's having some Ming toy tonight.
Yes.
Breeze knows about that Ming toy. No, and Dan. Breeze said, I want a dolphin in a hallway. Well, then you need to support a football team and get a picture of their mascot.
Hello? What are you fucking saying?
Nothing. Never mind. It's a Maurice thing. You got to understand Maurice.
I know Maurice says some weird shit.
Kara, tell Jared I can't join. Saving for a gripper. Oh, guess what I got on the way? Chuck it. I got the production gripper on the way. Yes, I do. Can't wait to show you guys. It looks fucking bad. It looks badass. 1 CR, 2 MOV.
Look at you. You just highlighted every single comment in the chat.
It goes away, baby.
You have a talent.
I'm scratching myself, but it's literally just a bump of a button. You can take that away.
You're
really
good
quick.
at bumping the buttons.
Your dad wants beef almond ding. Okay. That's hilarious. All right. Looking for a knife around or under $200. Quality materials, quality build, amazing action, ergos, and great cutting performance. Any recommendation? ProTech Malibu 2 Sun TS 129. ProTech Malibu would be great, but you're not going to be able to find one. Tucson TS 129. That's a great option. It will be under $200. This is $220. This is, let me just take this off so I can show you. This is the Subjugator, the Wii Subjugator. Great knife here. 20 CV, titanium frame lock.
Great knife.
Grab the blue. Can you grab the blue knife up there? If you can't reach it, I'll get it. It's in the back row.
Oh, which one is it?
Back row. It's the only blue one up there. Never mind, I'll get it. I'll get it. Don't worry about it.
You can't see. They all look silver from here.
Or this one. So this one's about 220, I think. This one's 200 on the dot, and this one is the Beacon, the Wii Beacon. So the Wii Beacon is also 20 CV, all the same stuff, really good. super smooth, great action. It has a fuller for the reverse flick. I recommend either one of these. Great knives.
I've always been here. Sorry. That was a reply to something.
Crewwear is a freaking laser, man. I love it. I love crewwear too. I really do like crewwear. And you know what though? Wee doesn't do a bad job with their 20 CV. I've sharpened Wee's 20 CV quite a bit lately. They're not doing a bad job, man. Holy cow, are these things getting some screaming edges, especially if you do the right angles. That looks sexy. Nice curves. Well, thank you. I got up just for you, Brett. Learn Chinese. There's a problem. Something wrong. Wee Beacon still makes me sad. Sad that it's not the Wee Deacon. I know. They got rid of it, and some knives just should not be discontinued. Pierre,
You got crackers.
10 crackers. Did you ever get your hands on some Bastinelli creations? He's our little French genius out here. Out there, his knives are super mean looking and scary effective. So no, I haven't. I do want to get some in. I have seen the work, but I have not gotten one in. I don't think I've gotten one in. Pretty sure I haven't yet.
Cue Ball, the only thing you need to take out zombies is me as your partner, and you've already learned that, so I don't even know what you're asking, you know?
Holy fuck. What steel
I already answered. He knows.
I see. That's what you're answering.
It is me.
TRM has Neutron 2s for sale, and we're still in stock an hour ago. USA made and under $200. Oh, I did not know that, Josh. Yes, that's another great option. I got mine over next to the bed, but that's a great knife. Yeah, TRM knives, definitely. And that's USA made. Great warranties. I definitely recommend that. You're not getting you're getting high-end materials, as in 20 CV and carbon fiber, but you're not getting titanium. If you're wanting titanium for that price, you're probably going to have to go with, well, USA made, you can go tactile. That's $300 though. But if you're wanting 200 and under USA made, you're probably going to have to go, or sorry, you're not going to be able to do USA made. You're probably going to have to go across the sea. Oh, you're talking about Erica? She cut her dreadlocks off. I think she's bald now.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Crewwear sucks. I don't think so. Crewwear is amazing on Spyder. Spyderco does a fantastic job with their crewwear. So, with anything, you gotta use the right steel for the job. So if that steel's not working specifically for you, it doesn't mean something's wrong with the steel itself. It might mean you need a different steel, because what that steel might be specifically for might not be for the things you're using it for. Kind of like when we talk about M390 or 20 CV, originally they were designed for the plastics industry, right? So they probably do fairly well in the plastics industry, doing stuff with plastic. Now, it's also a high edge retention steel, not a tough steel. Is it tough for a pocket knife? I mean, yeah, it's fine, but it's not considered compared to tough steels. It's not a tough steel. So it's not a steel you would want to use as a tough steel. But if you're wanting high edge retention and corrosion resistance, well, then yes, it'd be great. And usually that's what we use folders for. We're usually not doing not saying we're not doing stupid stuff, but we're usually not doing fixed blade stuff and machete stuff with our folders. So TRM aren't fidgety, but the Atom Neutron are some of the best sub two. Yeah, they're not fidgety. Now, I will argue though that the TRM Shadow is fidgety, and they are ultra smooth. They're very, very smooth. Can you go grab it for me?
The what?
Can you go grab it for me? So I'm gonna have her grab mine real quick, but they are ultra smooth though. But they are more light duty edge retention knives. They're not hard use knives. They're not tough knives. They are cutters. My little man turned 5 today. Oh, well, happy birthday to him. Him and my sister got the same birthday. Thank you, babe.
So good. good one. It's a smooth Jude. It's very, very smooth. This is what I always imagined that the Sebenza was going to feel like, and then it didn't.
Grab my Sebenza and tell me don't feel like that.
It doesn't.
Awesome, awesome knife. The TRM knives, but yes, they are not drop shutty. Like they're very smooth. Here, let me move this and get.
No, it does not feel like that.
Okay. Oh, it does to me. It's very, very smooth, but no, it's not like I don't know, man. Mine is stupid smooth. Like
this definitely has gotten better, though. I will admit.
Yeah, told you.
But it's that
Todd,
one.
Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Todd, thank you for the donation. Got in on the Vosteed Bellamy. Nice. Did they say when they will ship? Yes. Any word on the Civivi unnamed shotgun knife? No word on that, but they should ship. What is it? Right. I don't. Okay, so I could be wrong about which one, but they said mid-February or mid-March because the Chinese holiday is February. So I think it's going to ship at the end of February, early March. But look at how smooth this thing is.
Did you get that one?
Nope, I'm going to get it right now. My Sebenza is very smooth.
It is, but that TRM is smoother.
Well, it's a liner lock. It's a little different.
All right. Well,
Bass!
I'm going to go because I don't want to stand anymore.
All right, baby.
All right.
Thank you. I wish I had enough room to tell you the full story, but yes, Jared, an EDC YouTuber with 300,000 subs, said it's disrespectful to show your pocket clip. That doesn't make sense to me. But thank you for the donation, Bass. I can't grasp how it can be disrespectful to show your pocket clip. Like, does he live in a country that's not America or something? Because I can't put myself in a scenario where somebody would be like, hey, put that clip away. That's disrespectful. What the fuck are we talking about right now? Unless if it's like something in another country that I don't know about. My internet went out during the chat. Did you come back to my question asking if the subjugator had better action than the Elementum? It's just different. So it's a frame lock. I do have an Elementum right here. So here's an Elementum. It's different because this is a liner lock. Come on. But snappy action. And this is it's pretty smooth. This is very drop shutty. So the subjugator is more solid. Okay. Now the beacon, I guess you could say, has similar action. The beacon has similar action to the Elementum. Come on, you camera. But the subjugator is a little bit tougher. But I'm going to do a comparison video, and I'm almost leaning towards the subjugator right now that I like better, because of just a couple of reasons that I'll explain in the video. But listen to this thing. This thing sounds delicious. The detent is really snappy, but it's still very smooth. And after it breaks in, I mean, it's drop shutty. It's not like fall shut. 3 shakes. I can get it in 1 though. I mean, obviously, if I try, but if I don't try, it's very, very smooth, but it has a more solid feel all the way around. All the way around, it feels tougher for sure. Thanks, Sam Squatch. Kara said, I knew that was going to happen. Usually does. Yeah. Oh, yeah, being able to comb them out after. Yeah. Yeah, she said that when she said she was cutting them off, we were watching the video, and then she said something about combing them out after, and Kara was like, no, you're not. You're going to have to shave it. My little man turned 5 today, said he wants an Urban EDC F5.5, blue denim micarta with an acid H&M 390 exclusive that I purchased today. Dropped at 3 p.m. Awesome. Hell yeah. Very cool. That's sweet for your little man. ProTech 20 CV is boss. The only thing, man, I'd like to see ProTech thin their grinds out a little bit. They're a little bit too thick. They're fine. Okay, they're good. They're tough knives, and I know what they're trying to do because a lot of the USA made companies they really liked thicker grinds when they don't need it, right? There's a reason why we use some of these super steels and some of these high-end steels, and we should take advantage of these steels, but a lot of companies think that you need make them thicker so that they're tougher and blah 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 blah, but we want thinner in 2022. Todd with another 5. Oh wait. I already read that one. You guys got a free donation. Oh no, wait, I see another one. Holy cow. I'll still hit it for you separately though. Damn, I'm way backed up. Oh, 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 oh. Eldman, thank you for the 10 bones. Petrified fish, enjoying your great channel. I want to try that mini petrified fish, but I think you can only get them from China right now. Thank you for the donation, D. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Knife modders, logical. Oh, he's talking to logical, or they're talking to logical. Yeah, I've heard him say that too, which makes sense. But he said the guy had 300,000 subs. I think. I don't get it, man. Let me see what I missed. Sounds like it could be Ray, but taken out of context. Ray carries in pocket because a pocket clip is showing is enough probable cause for. Yeah, so I can understand like in certain areas, like when you live in communist states, like New York, where if you're carrying a knife around and you're not allowed to carry one downtown or something, and they see your pocket clip, they'll know it's a knife, so then they'll search you. But that's not disrespectful. Like me, like my level of disrespect is like it's far different than theirs, I guess, because I don't think of that as disrespectful. I think of that as I guess breaking the law. All right, that wouldn't be disrespectful though. Disrespectful would be like me coming through your house with dirty boots on. That's disrespectful. Or maybe possibly walking up while you have a clip in your pocket and saying, "What kind of piece of shit Gerber do you carry?" That might be disrespectful. Maybe it's Wrangler Star that said it. Is he even relevant in the knife community anymore? Not really. He was for a little bit, but why? Really think about it. Why? He had a Benchmade 940 for a long time, and then he wound up getting a Spyderco and talking about how he loves Spyderco more. What other knife videos did he really do? Maybe he did a couple fixed blade videos. I know he did a a work sharp Ken Onion knife sharpener video. I know he did that. But really, he does like building stuff and farming stuff and tool stuff. He does a lot of tool stuff, axes, things like that. I respect him. I respect his hustle. I think his channel is great, but I do not consider him a knife guy. I would never go to his channel and ask him something about a knife. I would never go to his channel and ask him something about sharpening, something about knives, something about steels, something about anything about knives. I would never do that. Now I might ask him about tree removal or maybe some axe stuff, maybe, or chainsaw stuff, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think of him as a knife guy. Sharpening onions. Oh, and shout out to Knives Fast. Go and check out his channel. Not only should you check out his channel, you should also go check out his Kickstarter for his knives. So he's got that knife design out. You guys can go check it out on his channel. The Tempest Knives Mach 1. Go and check that out so you guys can help support that Kickstarter. I know he'd really appreciate it and love it. And, he's put a lot of hard work into it. So, help the people out in the knife community to, keep creating great things in the community. Remember, it takes us all together to keep this stuff going. They will chase me for another 5,000 years. They put it all on me. I told you, Maurice, as long as you're watching my YouTube videos, as many as possible, all day, every day, you're going to survive. All right. I told you, I'm back from the future to make videos for you to watch all day, every day to prevent your demise in the future. Oh, right there. Thank you, Cue Ball. There is Tempest Knives for you guys to go support that Kickstarter. So, one thing really quick, I want to bring up just a couple little topics really quick. Thank you, Cue Ball. Make sure you guys are constantly buying new bits for your drivers. I hear a lot of times about people stripping out hardware, stripping out their bits. The most, the biggest chance you're going to have to stripping out hardware or your bits is wore out bits. If people buy a couple bits or a driver with a set of bits, but then they never replace them. Replace them frequently. Like once every couple months, or depending on how many knives you take apart, maybe even every month. Because just like drill bits, right? Like if I was drilling holes in wood, I couldn't use that bit constantly. I would have to replace it. Same thing with your driver bits, right? With your T8s, your T10s, your T6s, constantly replace them, and you are less likely to strip out the hardware on your beautiful knives that you know you don't want to strip the hardware out on. And you're also going to always have a nice, because when the bits are nice, clean, and all the edges are nice and jagged in your torque bits, that's when you're not going to worry about scuffing up the edges of your pivot, or the inside, of the torque. Team Maxwell trailer is good, but I can't drink the damn Atlantic Ocean. Nixon should take a part. I said before, I know. That's Maurice for you. I live in Cali, and Amazon shipped me a dual edge OTF last year. Nice, nice. I think you guys can have them, just not over a certain length. And I think you guys can have the OTFs, you guys just can't carry them. So there's a difference in laws between having and owning and carrying. Like a lot of places, most places you can own them. Even New York, you can own the shit. You just can't walk around with it. Which almost doesn't make sense because, like, say if you go to the post office to pick it up and you had to go to your house, what do you supposed? Do you have to carry it in a backpack in the back? Like, I don't understand it, but I guess you'd have to transport it safely, and then that would be legal. But you can't carry it in your pocket and have direct access to it. I'm guessing that's the way it would go. Has anyone got recommendations or bit tools for Shiro hardware? What are they? Flat, right? I just use I just use flatheads, but you can actually buy a Shiro bit. But yeah, I buy them. What I do is I buy the multi-pack bits with all the different weird bits. Literally like all the weird ones. And I do that because I run into sometimes some proprietary pivots and things like that where they'll fit. But with the Shuros though, flatheads work really good. Nice thick flatheads. But if you get one of those multi-packs where it's just like all the weird bits for drivers, you will find one that works really good for Shuro. Bang. Oh, I see aces in here. What if you're not taking knives apart and don't give a fuck about the beauty? Well, then make sure you use my links in the description of my videos to buy at least 3 packs in that case. Oh, story time. Okay, so yes, we're gonna go to story time. I actually with the join button, we're gonna have things that have like a book for story time. So you guys will have books like the stickers. You guys will understand when it starts. We were able to find 30 packs of T6s and 30 packs of T8s, and I can't remember where we bought them. Damn, son. Yeah, I like to get like 10 packs and stuff like that at least. Whatever I can get the most affordable for the largest amount without it being an obscene amount, because a 10 or 20 pack will last a good while. But still, man, I still go through them like crazy because as soon as they start getting wore out and rounded, gone. I don't fuck around with the wore out bits. Sometimes I'll save like one that's like half-ass wore out, like it's still good, still functional, but I'm worried about it. I'll save it just in case. But as soon as another one goes there, that one gets thrown out. Yep, technically I can't carry my Guardian Tactical Recon 035 outside my house. That sucks. But yeah, I know what you mean. Asa, thank you, man. Thank you for the 10 bones. Really knives make really knives makes churro bits. Really knives? I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody can find that and throw it in the chat as a link. Really knives makes churro bits. I did not know that. I just used the flatheads. Thick, nice big thick ones though. Richie and I ground a penny and wrap tape around it for churro. There you go. That's another good one. Like I said, those, let me just grab it really quick. So I got different packs like this. Let me get this off. So you see how there's like different, like there's weird ones and stuff. I have different ones of this. This isn't the only one, but some of them will have like really thick, flat ones and things like that. Like these ones like work good for like the old Medfords. So I just buy different weird packs and they work great for the weird stuff. And this is technically, it's just technically a flathead, a thick flathead. The other ones are just a shorter flathead or a less wide flathead. But yeah, I've used the penny on hinders because they have that weird pivot and it works good if you cut it out right. In the UK, it's crazy. You could have two of the same knives in your pocket, but if one is locking, that's going to get you arrested. Yeah, that's crazy to me. But I understand, man. I understand. Give your fucking rights away, man. They'll come up with anything to bust you for something. Um, I made a Watergate cake. It doesn't mean I should share the blame of George Washington and what he did in Vietnam. It's wrong, man. I'm punished for Godfather pizza. Make better jets. What the fuck? Okay, folks, let's help KC's dream come true. To fruition. Visit Tempest Knives Mach 51 via Kickstarter. Yes, thank you. Yes, please go check that out. I know it would definitely make his dream come true of getting his knife design out there without finishing that Kickstarter. It does not happen. Why am I blurry? Terrence, thank you for the donation, man. What kind of sticker we got? Critical hit. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I am looking for a new EDC for under $100. Any suggestions? Civivi. Yeah, I would go with like a Civivi Praxis, Civivi Backlash, some sort of Civivi. Why am I? It keeps trying to focus. Let me do this really quick. No, it's trying to focus behind me. It's fine. It's got me now. But yeah, I would go with something Civivi. If you want really high-end materials, you can go with a Tucson, but there's like 300 of them, so you need to pick the right one if you're gonna do that. Another great option is a Kershaw bare knuckle. You can go USA made with a Kershaw bare knuckle, and it works great. The Asher Nomad, yeah, as long as they're available, yeah, the Asher knives, that's a great option. Wish I would have thought of that first. John Evans beat me to it, but yeah, the Asher knives, Asher Nomad 3.0. Yeah, all the Kaisers. What the fuck just happened? Yeah, all the Kaisers are really good. At least most of them. I'm not gonna say all of them, but there's a lot of great Kaisers. Just, you know what? How about this? Go and watch my best budget knives video. I'll have it priced out. I got them separated between $20 and $30 knives to 60 and under. And then there's even videos for over $60. So under 100, over 60. I got a nice group of knives. The best knives you can get between $60 and $100. Watch that video. Can't go wrong. And then I show you each one. And I link most of them down in the description. So It's a win-win for both of us. I want socks that can write in cursive. I know you do. I know you do, Maurice, but we talked about this. You can't have socks that write in cursive. Think about what you would do with stuff like that, Maurice. Think about what would happen. Yeah, I got one. I bought one. 10V, my Carta sheepdog. I got the full size one. I got the full size sheepdog and 10V with the micarta on the way. Gary, thank you for the 5 bones. Is best sharpness tester accurate? Okay. Yes, it is. But, and there's a huge but there, you can fake it. That's the problem. I got one and I'm going to do a review on it. I was going to do it like 2 months ago, but just so much should happen. But I'm going to do a full review on it. The problem is that you can manipulate it. And it's easy. Like anybody, like I watch videos all the time of people using them, and I can see that they are, and they might not even be intentionally doing it, but there's a certain way you have to use it and do it to actually have an accurate number. If you're not doing that, then you're not getting an accurate number. So yes, if you do it correctly, absolutely. The one problem is that for you to see me doing it accurately, it's very hard because you can't see how the pressure and how slow I'm going and all the little details that I can intentionally or unintentionally do. Do you guys see what I mean? Like, depending on how slow I'm going and all the little details means of whether or not I'm fudging the numbers. Like I can easily fudge the numbers if I want to. That's why it's better when you do it 3 times in a row and get, a variation where you can actually see like what is the in between the number. Like cursive got dropped from the I know, that's crazy. I think it's nuts that we don't use cursive in school anymore. I want a micarta mini sheepdog, but scared of getting a shitty detent. What? The sheepdog's got badass detents. Oh, I haven't had a bad detent on a sheepdog. I've had 8 of them or something. I've had a bunch of sheepdogs. None of them had a bad detent. I've got little ones, big ones. The only one I haven't tried yet is the XL, and Todd is actually sending me one. And then, but yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. Money bags. They need a machine that lowers the knife under constant pressure and it has a stop set at the bottom. Yeah, something like that. I get, it is what it is. It's just for yourself. Okay. So like say like if you're doing it and you're not recording it, you're doing it for yourself. Yes, it can be very accurate because what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to bullshit yourself, right? There's no benefits in that. However, when it's on camera and you're wanting people to think your edges are like the best ever in the world, then yes, you can easily manipulate the numbers. No, I don't have a stylum. I don't even think have I tried stylum? Maybe I do. I don't remember. How you open it? Sorry for spamming. Which one's the stylum? I don't remember. I might have one. I'm gonna just look really quick. I might not too. Let me just look at it really quick. Okay. Man, I can't remember if I have one of these or not. I think I do have one. No, I don't have one of these. I don't. No, sorry, I do not have one of those. And no worries on the spamming. No worries. All right. So, did I write down a story? I did not write down a story. Let's name some topics so we can get a story going because we are 4 minutes past story time. Let's get some topics going. I did not write down a story because I had all my the other stuff written down. I was trying to set up a good video, which I think this has been a pretty good video. I'm kind of happy about this video. Tell you what, not the last video, but the video before that, I was really upset about that one. So this one went pretty good, I think, so far. 140 people in here. You guys are amazing. You love my spam. I do. I do. Um, okay, I can tell a story, but this isn't a story about me, but we can do that too. But this is a story about Birdshot. You guys are gonna love this. So Birdshot made a video recently about talking about I think they were implying that knife channels, like somebody in the knife community is buying views. I don't think that's true, to be honest. But for anybody out there that has channels or thinks about anything like that, so before I got a channel, I was looking into how to run a channel and all these things and like all the nuances with it and everything. And one of the influencers that I was following at the time and watching at the time went into that topic about buying followers, buying likes, buying views and things like that, and talked about how detrimental it was to your channel to never ever 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 do it. Never do it. Will, like, because one, it's not real, it's bots. So YouTube's algorithm and their thing picks up on that shit. So what winds up happening is they realize that your channel has done that, and they flag it. Now it's like getting stuck in a pothole that you can't get out of. Like you'll be stuck in that same spot forever and you'll never get out. It's super detrimental to any channel. And I highly advise anybody thinking about it or being encouraged to by anybody, don't do it no matter what. It will hurt you in the long run. It will never, ever, it's not possible for it to help you. It's not possible. So don't ever think that by doing it that it can help influence anything whatsoever. And they made a statement saying to get free knives. That doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. And I'll tell you why. The reason why it doesn't make sense is because the work that when you, like, say a company sends you a knife, right? You have to film that, you have to edit that, you have to upload that, you have to do a bunch of stuff. It's not worth the if you actually value your time, then it's not worth it. You're gonna work more longer than the knife's worth. You might as well just buy it. That doesn't make sense. And if you're paying for views, well, now you're paying for that. Think about it, right? Even if it's cheap, it doesn't matter. So now you've ruined your channel's chances of growing. Two, and to get a free knife, you ruin your channel's chance of growing, and you're spending all the time editing and uploading and doing all this stuff to get a free knife. That doesn't make sense. You can't run a channel or a business off of free knives. You can't do that. That's not how this works. You have to have some sort of income, no matter what you have to. And even if you sold the knives, it still doesn't make up for all the time you spent making the videos. And because it's not like you can do it once, no channel goes big off of one video. So the hundreds, if not thousands of videos you put in and all the hours and hours of editing and uploading and all that, fucking getting free knives doesn't make sense. That just doesn't make sense. But no, I honestly don't think anybody's doing it in the community, to be honest. But if there was somebody in the community thinking about it or anything like that, um, don't, don't. It will hurt you for sure. And YouTube will stop you from growing. You won't get into any suggestions, which is your ultimate goal when you have a channel. Your ultimate goal is to end up in the suggestions. You want to be able to end up in front of people, right? You need people to see your thumbnail. And if YouTube won't share your channel, then yeah, you're screwed. More compression locks, please. And thank you. I'm surprised actually that Spyderco hasn't brought out something else with a button release compression lock. I know, I agree. There's a lot of things I don't understand, like with that. Like there's so many different things. Like with the compression lock, why they haven't capitalized on doing a button lock compression lock like the smock, or even doing like button lock Spyderco PM2s, things like that. Why they haven't just done a bunch of different things. Same thing with ZTs. I've thought about the same things. Why aren't they doing certain things? And the things that they are doing, why are they doing that? So many different things, but I mean, it's not us running it. So whoever they have as their influence to what they're going to do this year or next year and the designs they're going to put out, whoever the fuck those people are, they should probably hire somebody else. I wish sometimes that some of the companies would reach out to a couple people in the community and just have like a, I don't know, a poll or something, or do something to where they can find out like, hey, what does the community want from us this year? What would the community like to see from us this year? Spanky! Thank you for the 5 bones. Many people today have no idea how to balance a checkbook, let alone manage a small business. Some people even voted for Biden. Facts. Facts. Definitely. That's very true. Hell, it's fucking tax season now. Shit. You guys, man, I'm gonna have to pay out my ass this year. The Wee Banter. ZT has been, I know, you know what? I stuck up for ZT Urban. I stuck up for them last year, but this year they've made it impossible for me to stick up for them. Impossible. I can't stick up for them. I tried to last year. I gave them basically the benefit of the doubt. And, I basically said that because I heard the community, right? Being a part of the community, I heard everybody at first was like, why do they keep making all these big beefy knives? Why don't they make more EDCable knives? Then they made EDCable knives, and everybody was bitching, man, I wish they made their big stuff. I hate that they make this EDC stuff. I like their big stuff. And it's like, what? Come on, like, which one do you guys want? They were doing the one, then they switched to the other because that's what people wanted. Then people bitched about that, and I was like, they're doing what the community wants. It's just it's like they can't do anything right. This year, though, I don't know where they were going. Like, I don't know what the fuck was in their heads. It's kind of sad to be honest, because they have so much potential, so many things they could do right. But and I'm not saying I don't like knives from them. There's a lot of knives I love from CT. Just some of the models, the couple models they did this year, it was like, what? What made you guys want to do that? I bet the answer wouldn't be more FRN. Yeah, I'd put money on that. I guarantee that one. If you had the poll going, more FRN, different colors in PM2s, like if we were talking about Spyderco, or 2 other options, I guarantee those wouldn't get hit. It'd be hilarious if the poll did wind up and like everybody was like, I want a red PM2. You'd realize why they keep doing the colorful PM2s and pair of threes and shit. Problem with that kind of management, believe they know what we want more than we do. Right. But that's usually not the case. They usually don't know what a lot of times they base that off of what they have that sold last year and what they sold the most of. Um, and so they try to do something similar or something wackier. Sometimes it's just a design that they have a designer that's doing that design, so it's not even them, they're just making it. But just stop by before bedtime to share the love. Thank you, bees. The real bees blades. Will the real bees blades please stand up? Thank you, bees. I appreciate it, bud. Thank you, Kirk. Thank you for the 5 bones. I pay for your answers. Still waiting for you to pay me for my views. By the way, Svivi Cogent versus Altus. Your thoughts. Cogent. I say the Cogent. I got them both right here, but the Altus is a little small. They're both great. So I guess I would just say size. If you like thumb studs, go with the Altus. If you like flippers, go with the Kojin. If you like smaller knives, go with the Altus. If you like big knives, go with the Kojin. If you like both, go with the Kojin. That's my thoughts. The little one, the Altus is just a little too small in the hand. The clip really does dig into your hand quite a bit. It's thumb stud action that works great. It's super solid. The button lock works great. It's a great knife. But if you like both big and small knives, you're probably going to like the Kojin a little bit better. Lefty, what's up, brother? Shout out to Lefty EDC. Go and follow his Instagram. Make sure you send him lots of dick pics in the private messages. He loves those. So do not hold out on the dick pics. And sub to his YouTube channel while you're at it. I handle the ZT 308 at reckon wait, and it was a badass knife, but it wasn't as good as other options at the price tag. But the color options are unappealing to me. Yeah, they didn't do anything for me last year. They didn't do anything appealing. Nothing at all. The 308 was really good. That was the only thing. The 308 was awesome. I'm not going to discredit that. That's a beast of a knife, a badass knife. I sharpened up a couple of them. They took a great edge. No complaints on the 308, but everything else was shit, in my opinion. I just didn't understand it. Like kind of like that weird knife that Lefty just had on his channel. They did it out of steel. They didn't even do titanium on it. That doesn't even make sense. No sense at all. Just ordered the Altus with that sweet wood. Yeah, you're going to like it. It's a great knife. They're both great. Especially, as far as button locks goes. You got to remember, man, button locks used to be an expensive thing. Like I remember when I first got into this community wanting a button lock so bad, like so bad, a manual button lock. And it was almost impossible. Nobody was doing manual button locks. And then they came out with like the BT fighters and shit like that. And it was like, it was a button lock and they were really good, but they weren't like what I was thinking of. You know what I mean? I was thinking of something a little bit more premium, but for a good price, that sort of thing. Come on. More multicolored cross-cut micarta. Tri-State was looking at some sweet looking custom micartas on one of his more recent lives. There's some cool stuff out there for knife companies to get their hands on. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I've tried to convince some of the companies, like I've talked to them like on a personal level a little bit, like some of the companies that are using crap micarta, and I've tried talking them into like, listen, guys, don't put that on your knives. Like you could have the best design ever, the best, and you put that crap fucking shit micarta on there, it turns that knife into crap. You can't do that. Like it's kind of like having like a really nice knife and throwing FRN on it, right? Now it's a budget knife. It could be a $300 knife, but you just threw FRN on it, so now it's a budget knife. It's a shit piece of crap. Same thing with the crap micarta. That could be literally 20 CV titanium, beautiful, well done, but it's got the crappiest micarta on it. Well, it makes you feel like the rest of it is crap now. It's like you guys didn't even put anything quality on, into the micarta. So now the rest of the knife must be exactly how you feel about that part of the knife. Do you know what I mean? It's like it just doesn't make sense. Like putting hubcaps on a Porsche, right? Like you don't do that. Now you look at that Porsche like, well, man, that must be like a fake Porsche. Like it's a piece of junk or something because nobody would do that. But, some companies, it's just not possible for them to invest in large quantities. This is kind of what they said. Like in order for they can get good quality micarta, but only in small batches. They can't get it in the large amounts. And the large amounts do cost a lot more. And it's just not like it's a lot. And I understand there are just there's difficulties for smaller companies to compare themselves or to be in the same ring as other companies. Like you can't expect, say, I don't know, fucking Megaron to be in the same caliper as React, right? Their factory's way bigger. They have so much more supplies and supply and demand. So it is a lot more difficult, but they do got some nice micarta coming though from Megaron. They bought a little bit. Porsche hubcaps in the 50 to 60s era, right? You're looking at the wrong Porsche. Exactly. Exactly. Just got the Tucson TS338, and it is the best button lock they have done, in my opinion. The micarta actually looks really good on it, and I have never liked Tucson's micarta. Yeah, the only micarta so far that I thought was okay from them was the 301, but I've seen a couple other that looked okay, but I don't know yet. I haven't tried them, so I don't want to speak on them. But the 301 was decent, a lot better than their other shit. Yeah, the Tarot Tough stuff, I don't like it. Me personally, right? This is just me. If you guys like it, love it then. Buy it. That's awesome. I think the company should make it then if you guys like it. Me personally, I don't like it. I think it looks cheap. I think it looks like crap. It looks like old, beat up, dirty micarta that was washed in the dishwasher or something. My opinion, though. Cue ball's got the stomach bug. Them stomach bugs will get you. Hope you feel better, brother. I love the micarta on my Kojin. Civivis is like medium, mid-grade. They're not great. It's not bad, though. It's like right there in the middle where it's satisfactory. Like it's okay. Not the best, not the worst. It's okay. It's not like it's as good as let me grab some good stuff. Let's get some good stuff on the table. Oh, you know what? This is actually pretty good stuff. This stuff's okay. This stuff's pretty good. Break out a couple good stuffs. I got a lot more. I just grabbed a couple really quick. Do I have anything over here? Oh yeah, this one's okay. So this stuff from Kaiser is really good. It's like a linen micarta. Let me move the thing really quick. Jared, most embarrassing CD you ever bought? Probably LL Cool J maybe back in the day. I don't know. I used to listen to ICP back in the day. I'll think of some stuff. Hang on one second. But this micarta is really soft, but it's dense. It's not like the stuff like this. This micarta will get really dark and is really soft. It's furry. This is the new Kaiser T1. Awesome knife. Highly recommend this one. But this is different. This stuff is not like that. This is more flat. There's less fabric feel to it. It almost feels like leather. That's a good way to put it. It feels like leather. Now, this stuff is a lot harder. There's no patina to it. It doesn't really age. It just stays like this. Really hard stuff. Now, Civivi's micarta is just kind of in the middle of good stuff. Here's another this stuff's okay. This stuff was from RC Blade Works. This stuff's not bad. The new stuff that Kaiser has looks like this stuff that's coming on my my new sheepdog that's on the way. But this stuff is really good. Oh man, I should have showed you guys. I'll wait to show you guys that new knife. I got a new knife. This stuff's really good. This stuff doesn't patina or really age that much. It's very similar to American Blade Works. This is the Ace Grand. Fantastic knife. But It's micarta that's kind of similar to antique micarta. Lefty hates this micarta, but I fucking love it. This stuff, this stuff is really nice. Really good fabric feel. This has like some of the best feeling micarta in the biz. Nice fabric feel. Man, that's such a good little knife. Fucking ugly as shit, but damn it, it's a good knife. All right. But here is that stuff from Tucson. It's okay. It's just not the best. It's kind of similar to what Civivi is doing as of recently. All right, I got to catch up. So, most embarrassing CD, I don't know. I never really got embarrassed from CDs, and I don't know. I bought CDs back in the day, but then I didn't really buy CDs anymore. We used to just burn them and shit. If Lefty hates it, you know it's good. Facts. Facts. If Lefty hates it, then you know you got to try it. You got a 50-50 shot. It's either really good or really bad. One of the two. If Lefty hates it. Those Italians do some solid work. They don't get enough spotlight. I agree. I think I agree and disagree. I agree they do really good work. I love some of their knives. I just don't like what they do with M390. This is Almax. They did a really good job with this Almax. They do great micarta. They do a lot of great stuff, but the one thing that really sucks about them is they're not consistent. That's the one thing that's bad. Now, if they're using React, then yes, because their designs are amazing. That's the thing. The designs are fucking fantastic, but put into work, not so much because they have lots of variations. Like you could have 5 knives and they all feel different. You could have 5 knives, they're all different thicknesses behind the edge. You could have 5 knives, all 5 have different detents. So yeah, the 301 is great, man. Gotta love this knife. Some of the best thumb stud action. Watch this thing drop. Oh, that thing is stupid smooth. I stopped listening after Italian. See? See? That ain't just me. But I do like their designs. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. I'd like to see them do more. I like seeing them work with good OEMs because their designs and everything are great. It's just them actually doing it themselves. It depends. I know. I want to try it, man. I want to try it. I was trying to buy one after I seen yours, but I don't want to wait a month. Don't care for aluminum handles, especially for big bucks. I don't always know what I'm talking about, but I know I'm right. That's a good way to look at it, Maurice. Italian heat treat dogs, build quality and D10 poor to none, but some of the designs are good, just not executed very well. Right. Relative to other companies on the market. Facts. Everything he just said. Facts. Yeah, it's weird because you would think that they with like some of their designs and let me put it this way. You would think with the high demand of some of their knives that they would say, okay, like we have a huge market for our designs. Let's do this right. Like, let's not pull any punches. Let's make sure our detents are consistent. Let's make sure our heat treats are good. Their heat treats were like mud. I hate to say it like that, but it was so bad. Some of their M390 was like, it was so bad. Like, don't use it. And then they were doing N690 for like $200. It's fucking crazy. But the designs were great. But if they actually tried and they said, okay, we're gonna do it to the best of our abilities, use the same quality control person and say, this is the guy who checks the knives. Let's not have Bob, Mark, Tom, and Jerry all check the knives. Let's have one guy do the quality control so that they're consistent. Screw that. Shout out to Blades and Fades. I hope you guys are subbed to his channel. Awesome friend, and he's got a channel where he has been doing a lot of knife sharpening and stuff. So you guys should definitely be subbed to his channel. N690 over 100. I'm out. I know. Now, I understand under certain circumstances having some good mid-grade steels over $100, but N690 just isn't really one of them. For first of all, but there are some occasions like 154 CM. That's okay if the rest of the knife is really good, because you got to think about what you're doing with it, right? We can't just always look at it like a price tag. You do have to think about what you're doing with it, because in lots of cases, sometimes that mid-grade steel might serve you much better than, say, something that's a little bit more higher end, and you might be able to get a better heat treat on it and all these other variables that can lead you to a better edge, a better knife, a better everything. It's just a lot of people don't put those things into consideration, not thinking that, okay, well, if this comes with 20 CV for the, because it's $120 and I get 20 CV, but now it's a shit fucking heat treat. Well, that doesn't do you any good compared to like a 154 CM or a 14C28N with a very good heat treat, right? You'd want that a little bit better. Anyone know how Kaiser's did heat treating that 10V? I got some on the way. I have not tried the 10V, but all their other stuff I've been fine with. So I haven't had a problem with their 20 CV or their M390. So I don't think I'm going to have a problem with their 10V, but I haven't tried it yet. So I know Richie has the mini sheepdog in it, so he might be able to speak to it better than I can. But he said though that he wasn't really using it really hard or anything like that, and it's hard to know. It's kind of like if you're not really using the knife to the extent of which you're doing like controlled tests and things like that, it's hard to know exactly. But if you've sharpened it a few times, and then you can kind of get an idea, because from sharpening it, let's talk about how you know a steel is soft, right? One way you can tell a steel is soft is, and it also, let me just be clear, this depends on the steel, because their different steels have different qualities in how their burr is removed, and different toughnesses, different this, different that. But if you already know how that steel reacts, right? If you know this is how this steel responds, then you know like what to expect. Now, if the burr usually is harder to remove than it usually is for that steel, well, then most likely that steel is soft, because you got to think of it like a paper clip, right? How many times can you bend a paper clip back and forth before it snaps off? Not very many times, right? Well, same thing with a burr. If a burr will just slap back and forth for days, it's usually pretty soft, right? But a hard steel, if it's a good and hard steel, it should bend and snap. Kind of think about this. If I took this blade right now and I bent it in half, how far you think I could get it before it snaps? Right? Not very far. I'm probably going to bend it, a little bit, and it's just going to pop. Well, think about that with a burr too, right? Now, not that dramatic, right? Because it's a lot thinner and everything else, but the same concept. It shouldn't bend back and forth like, like a damn paper clip 100 times before it snaps. I know I'm trying to think of a good story. I can't think of anything. I came in here unprepared. I actually had one and I can't remember what it was. It was a really good one too. I had one yesterday that I was thinking about. Like, damn it, I should tell that story on the live. And I can't remember what it is. Fuck, I can't remember. Nobody cares about my first knife. I've told that story. My first knife was a big ass. It was kind of like a buck 110. My dad handed it to me. It was big though, like not a buck 110, bigger than a buck 110, but the same style knife. And my dad just gave it to me. He said, here's your pocket knife. I could barely open it or close it. It was a backlock, and I remember having to push the backlock on a table to get it to like press, and I'd have to like fold it shut. And I was just a little ass kid. And I used to carry it around. It was too big for my pockets. It'd hang out of my pocket. My dad loved that shit though. If you guys knew how my dad was the shit, but crazy as fuck at the same time. Like, put it this way. My dad used to force me to watch porn because I was a boy. So it was, I don't know, it was not only encouraged, but forced. So when I used to sit with my dad used to throw on porn and say I had to watch it because it was good for me. I had to learn. I had to learn that shit. So people would walk in and see me sitting there on the couch watching porn, right? And my they're like, what the fuck is he doing? And you're like, oh, he's fucking watching porn. What do you think he's doing? He's doing what he's supposed to do. And Breeze, he knows I ain't fucking lying. But yeah, that's how my dad was. And so that was a normal fucking Saturday. Not even a little bit unnormal. That was a very, very normal Saturday. And people would be like, he's 6 years old. Why do you got him watching fucking porn? Well, he needs to know what a pussy looks like. You know, shit like that. That was my dad. Best current, and I'm sorry for the language, guys. I know, like, I probably shouldn't have said it like that, but that would have been his words. Best current budget brand, thinking Kaiser, Civivi. Your thoughts, best mid-tier currently, as I know. So I think it was Civivi for a while, but now Civivi has hit a wall, and you have Kaiser and Kubi. Yeah, just Kaiser and Kubi right now, ass to ass with them. Like they're right there. Like they're damn near knocking down their doors. So right now, I would say probably Kaiser. Civivi right there. Well, damn it, it's hard to say because Civivi has some of the best grinds and heat treat. So Civivi's killing it as a user knife. Sorry, Kirk, I forgot to hit the bell. Thank you for the 5 bones. So I would say Civivi, Kaiser, and Kubi are neck to neck. Some of them have better things over here. Some of them are better over here, but either way, those are the 3. Now, there's about 10 other companies that are not close from them. And if you want to put it into like a price perspective, like under $100, you can get some titanium frame lock 2 Sons for fucking under $100. Dude, Jared, how are you not permanently fucked up? How am I not like the president? That's the question. So many people hyped it up, thought maybe what? So many people hyped it up, thought maybe if I just sharpened it one more time, it'd be better. I don't know what that is. Kubi knives are better, but Kaiser has better materials. They're just benefits with one or the other. Like Kaiser, yes, Kaiser has better materials. Kubi has better. It's hard to say even better detents because Kaiser has killer detents. I think they're both just really good. Kubi's really good, but Kaiser's a little bit better because of the materials. Agreed. Uncle Joe. Oh man. Okay, I remember me and Kara. Here's a story. This isn't much of a story, but it's a little bit of a story. So, and I'm thinking about this because me and Kara were actually talking about this the other day. We were talking about like back in the day in school, right? In high school and junior high and stuff like that. Well, I went to this junior high that I went to, right? I went to this junior high and I had gotten in a bunch of trouble in there. So when I went to go move over to my other school, to the high school, the which, you know, like I said, I had gotten into a bunch of trouble, but you know, I had like my best friend died and like leaving my house and like all kinds of shit. And it was kind of a whole messed up scenario. But the point is that I fucked up. I did some bad shit in the school, and the principal didn't like me. So when I was walking on the property to the high school, they had contacted the high school and told them who I was and all this shit about me. So going onto the property, this the principal, dean, whatever you want to call him, he was an ex-Navy SEAL, and literally an ex-Navy SEAL, and he was waiting for me. So right when I'm walking up, he says my name. But at this point, nobody should know my name, right? Nobody should know my name. This is a new school. I've never been on the property. So I'm walking on the property and he says my name. And I just look at him, and then he goes, yeah, you don't think I know who you are? And he said something about like, your principal called me and told me about you. And he was talking about me and my buddy. I'm not going to say his name, but, and so he was like, I'm watching you, right? Like, don't fuck around. I'm watching you. And this guy had chased us around, like, for the rest of the year now, was chasing us around and watching us on cameras and all kinds of shit. And I remember one day, it was the next day, not the next day from what I was just talking about, but like months later, or weeks later, I walk into school and he walks up to me and says, "Hey, where were you yesterday in fourth period or whatever?" And I was like, "Oh, I was in class." He's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you sure that wasn't you ducking under the window and jumping over there and running off the property?" And I was like, "No, for sure wasn't me." And he's like, "Well, what if I told you I got you on camera running under the window and doing this and, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Prove it." I told him to prove it because my dad always told me, he's like, if anybody ever says they got you on camera, he said, tell them to prove it because most of the time they're probably lying. And it's a good thing. He did tell me that because I got out of trouble one time when somebody was lying actually. And, anyways, so he goes, "Oh, well, come right over here." Shows me right on the camera. You can see me clear as day, ducking under the school, the classroom windows and running down the side of the brick building and running across the property and jumping a fence and all this shit. Well, never mind. I meant the next day from when I was crawling under the window and stuff. So it's like I was going to school the next day from skipping school, and he walked up to me and was catching me the next day. But this guy, like I said, he was a Navy SEAL and he was like crazy like about these investigations and shit. So every time I turned around, he had another investigation. And like he was always like popping out from doors, like we'd be doing something fucked up, and all of a sudden, bam, he'd pop out of the door, or he'd be like, bam, popping out of a window or something, like crazy shit. And it was kind of funny, but I actually had it really good in that school. I was in BD classes. They threw me in these BD classes because I was getting in trouble with a bunch of kids that couldn't speak English and everything. But my school though was 4 classes a day, an hour and a half a piece. Like it was really good actually. Like a really like you I would say every school should be like that. You never leave with homework. You always have everything done. You have plenty of time. Even like the lunches were like 45 minutes. Anyways, so then I wound up coming back to my hometown where it's 30-minute classes, 8 classes a day instead of 4 classes, an hour and a half a piece. I went back to, my hometown where it's a half hour a class, 8 classes a day, and it's just all fucked up. Like everybody's fucking fighting and gangs and fucking just bullshit, right? Um, but I wound up dropping out of that school eventually. But where was I going with this? There was a point to this. I forget what it was that me and Kara were talking about. I don't know. I forget. But yeah, it was just crazy. I couldn't switch. Like from that one school, like I had it good, and then I came to this other school where the teachers didn't give a shit about you. They didn't give a fuck. Like you could do whatever you wanted, and you had only like 4 minutes to go from one class to the other with like 4,000 students in the hallways. I don't know how many, but however many, so packed you can't even move. And if you don't make it to the classroom, it locks. You're locked out. So now you got to go to tank or lockout if you don't make it. And yeah, it sucked. So I was always in lockout. But then I wound up getting kicked out of driver's ed and gym. I got kicked out of both of them. And if you got kicked out of classes and you weren't allowed to go to those classes no more, you went to a study hall. Well, I found out that, every study hall, the kids that aren't driving that day for driver's ed go to the study halls. So I wound up setting it up where my whole day was all study halls. I would just go into each study hall and just say, I'm here for driver's ed. And I wound up getting caught like 6 months later. And when I first started the school, I actually had more credits than I needed. But when I started the school, since I had more credits than I needed, I was actually able to leave early. But then the next year, I was caught up on credits, so it was just regular days. Well, like 6 months into the year or however long, I wind up getting caught ditching, and which I ditched every day anyways. And they pulled me into the security office or whatever, and he's asking me my teachers' names. I don't know any of my teachers' names. I don't even go to their classes. I go to study halls every day. Like, I don't go to no English class, no math class. I don't go to any of that shit. Like, I just go to study hall and I tell them I'm in driver's ed. So I hadn't been to a class in like 4 months probably. I didn't know any of my teachers' names, not one. Like, he's asking me, he's like, what period do you have whatever, English or whatever? And I'm like, math. And he's like, wrong, English. What period do you have math class? And I'm like, third. He's like, wrong, fifth. And he's busting me out massively. Like, how do you not know any one of your teachers' names? And how do you not know any one of your classes? He's like, I can see you've been here all year. Like, how do you not know? And it's like, but it was just because I wasn't going to any of the classes, so I didn't know any of them. I actually knew one teacher. There was one teacher I was going to. And when I dropped out, man, she called me and left me like 100 messages. But that was like the only class I was cool with, the only teacher I was cool with. My teachers hated me too. Those teachers didn't hate me. They just didn't know me. My other teachers, though, in the other school, they definitely hated me. They didn't like me. I mean, I had teachers that did like me, but I had a lot that didn't. Yep, Jared Neve off 2.0 for sure. Man, out of school, I worked. It didn't matter to me. Like, none of it fucking mattered, man. It really didn't. I didn't even care. And like I said, how do you get kicked out of gym? For refusing to wear your uniform and fighting. Both of those. I got into a fight. That was so it was like a bunch of things. So during gym class, I would skip out and go smoke cigarettes because the doors were right next to the parking lot and you could like walk out the doors and go right in between cars. So I would go and smoke my cigarettes, right? And I got caught I didn't actually get caught in the act, but they caught me and they were trying to bust me for it or whatever. So that was one hit. Then I got caught fucking up some kid, and like I got into a fight, and then I refused to wear the gym uniform. So that was the third thing, and it just removed me. Yeah, you can get a lot done in study hall. You can when you got shit to do. If you got shit to do, I didn't have nothing to do though. I just went in there and chilled. Actually, I was actually in that study hall when 9/11 happened. Actually, that's where I was. I was in one of those study hall classes. I remember it came up on the TV because we had TVs across. It's a big ass room. There's a lot of people. And that's why they didn't know who was supposed to be in there or not. They don't know. They don't know none of the students. It's just a random teacher watching, a study hall, and you could just go in there. And like tank was just a room where you, if you got in trouble, you had to go to that room and you couldn't leave. You couldn't walk in or out of. Lockout like if you didn't make it to class, lockout was just another room, but once the bell rung, you could leave. So you could come and go after the bell rang, but if you got locked out, you had to go there and you couldn't leave there. Like the schools, like you have badges and everything, like you don't just get to move freely around the school like normal schools. Like they doors are locked. You they if you don't have a badge on, they stop you. They have cameras everywhere. So like you have to learn how to fuck with the system there. My buddy is in a few wait, birthday is in a few months, and I'm thinking about buying either a Benchmade bug out or the Spectacle Paramilitary 2, and can't decide. Any recommendations? Probably the PM2, but I mean, I guess it depends on if you like axis locks or compression locks more. I think you would probably like the PM2 a little bit better, but it's hard to say, man. But I would go with the PM2 first, to be honest. I was investigating the history of the Church of Rome when 9/11 happened. Hey, I know. Is that? But that's because you what's that called? Shape shift or whatever it's called, where you like go through. I don't know, whatever. Fuck it. Shape shift. I think that's what it's called. What I'm looking for. My 4th grade teacher was pretty and great tits. 7th grade history teacher was young and hot as hell. One of the band directors in high school was cute and easy. One time, I had a teacher that I was actually kicking it with. I was driving her car, smoking reefer with her every day, cigarettes, and fucking she was a really young teacher, and we were just really cool. She wasn't like hanging out with any other students, it was just me, but she could tell like that I was, I guess, old for my age, so we were kicking it like every day. I remember my mom not caught her, because I don't want to use those words like caught, but my mom was there one time when she was like dropping me off and everything. My mom didn't say nothing, but it was kind of weird like that. I was like with my teacher. It's like 9 o'clock at night. Get her done. The PM2 and the bug out are both fidgety. The bug out cuts way better though. Yeah, it does. And technically the axis lock would be stronger than a compression lock, but I just think like you don't have to worry about omega springs. That's one thing. My bug out had a huge break-in period, and so did 100 other people's that I know. The PM2, just like the bug out, there's tons of parts. You can modify them, you could do things with them. But I guess I would ask, do you like thumb studs better or do you like hole deployments better? Pick it off of that. The compression lock is easier to use with the left hand too. Now that's a story. It is. Yes, it is. Bug out is lighter and thinner. PM2 is an absolute. I don't think it's a tank, but it's definitely bigger. But I don't think it's a tank. And you can go with a pair of 3 if you think the PM2 is a tank, but it's not a tank though. I mean the Griptilian, it's like a Griptilian, I guess. Oh, and then you also have the Hogue Deca. Don't leave out the Hogue Deca. You could go with that. You can get better. You can get the 20 CV. Oh, they're doing Hogue Decas and Magna Cut this year. There you go, Todd. Hogue Mini MK1 or the Deca. Ooh, I'd go with the Deca on that one. But that MK1 Mini is pretty badass. So actually, if it had a hole, I would say the MK1, because I really love the Benchmade Mini Griptilian. I love the Mini Grip. I think this is such a good knife. Mine is so solid. It's so smooth though too. No play any direction. Stupid smooth. Like mine is great. I love this little knife. Oh, tank is in toughness. Yeah, it's a solid knife, man. I like the PM2. Some people give it shit, but you can't deny its reputation. There's a reason why it has such a huge reputation. You have the K320. That's a solid knife too. It's not as fidgety as the Spyderco because the hole isn't as big. If the hole was big, this would be super good. But I don't know why they made this fucking hole so small. It's stupid. Great knife though. Not saying the knife is stupid. I'm saying the hole is stupid. PM2s are addictive. Yes, they are. And like I said, you can make them your own. My PM2 is at 15 degrees per side. So is mine. Convex. Mine is not convexed. Wait, it might be slightly. Man, it is so sharp though. Holy shit, this thing is so sharp. K320, baby. Look at this K320. Watch this shit. K320 gets so fucking sharp, man. It's crazy what K. Whoo! As I rip it. I was trying to do that. I can just breathe on this paper. This shit is so sharp. I did a video with it whittling hair. It'll whittle hair like nothing. The only problem with doing an edge like that on K320 is that it has the potential to microchip because of its large carbide size. The carbides are so big in it. And if you have that apex laid back very, very low, like 15 degrees per side, and you put a mirror polished edge on it like mine is, you do have the potential, if you're hard on it, it can microchip. So, and you might as well expect it to some extent. But, yeah, I mean, shit, you got that razor, though. Let's see if we can get it to come up. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Give me some mirror action. Yeah, buddy. Let's see if we can go this way. Mirror edges, man, they hate cameras. Or cameras hate mirror edges. That's how I should have said it. S45. Yeah, I got one. I just did an S45 in the other room. And yeah, it came out nasty sharp too. Very, very sharp. I put 15 degrees per side mirror polished edge. And it's good. It's great. You were that guy, Jared. 10th grade English teacher, 30 years old, had a 4-way relationship with 3 students, local trash. She stole the money from my grad class senior year. Damn. Yeah, mine wasn't quite 30 years old. She was like 24. But yeah, good times. Congrats on being that guy and turning out to be a respectable young man. I was a real piece of work myself to downplay it completely and turned out okay. Yeah, I definitely turned a leaf, so to speak. And I'm definitely not the same person I was a few years ago, that's for sure. But I think it's I just look at it like I didn't have, you don't have a choice after a while. Like it's either one or the other. Like that's the way I had like a fucking turning point in my life, that it's either I'm doing prison or I'm doing better. One of the two. Like if I keep going down this road, it's and like there's nothing else. Like that's it. Like it's prison life, and then I'm gonna have to deal with that for the rest of my life. Because once you start getting into that cycle, that's all you're gonna be involved in for the rest of your life. It's all gonna be crime, criminal shit. You're not gonna be able to get a job. You're gonna be in and out of prison. You're gonna be in and out of probation offices. Always in trouble with the cops. Always getting chased. Always on, fucking running and this and that. So it's like that, or stop your shit. Because right now, like I was at like a pivotal moment where it's like you either stop it now and you can fix what you fucked up right now. Right now, it's fixable. And even though you don't feel like it is at the time, you feel like you're already in too deep. Like it's like there ain't nothing fixable about this. But it was. And that's the thing. It took years to fix it. So it's not like I just, woke up one day and fucking it was fixed. It took me a lot of time, a lot of years. Not a lot of years, but it took years to fix. But then once I fixed it though, then I was a fresh start, right? Tomorrow's the first day of the rest of your life. Thank you, Kirk. What has happened for you to go FT and YT? Wait, what? Go YouTube and quit your. Oh, to you what? Well, I still technically have a day job. I just haven't worked there in the past. Well, I worked there last week a couple days in a row. I'm going back like February 19th or something like that. We had a lot of trouble with our shipping uh containers, getting our materials for us to work, you know, politics, I guess you could say. So we've been struggling to get materials. So that's one thing. But the job I have makes it very possible for me to do this. So I want to just do this full time. That's what I want to do, and sharpening and everything. It's all put together. It's not like I just do the AdSense and just do like I have 5 different revenues that I try to keep afloat to make it worth it. And I'm hoping by next year it to be very much worth it, right? To where it works out really good because like, I still have to pay taxes on all this stuff. So, anyways, but I'm doing still my day job once it starts back up. And this, it winds up working out pretty good. But yeah, I think because everything's in a wave, some months do okay, some months do bad, some months do okay, and it's like that. But if I can make this YouTube thing go like this, where it's still going up, then by next year I should be doing pretty decent. At least I'm praying, you know. But I say that, and then you guys stop supporting. Just joking. Walt, I have a cup. Thank you for the donation, by the way. And Walt, thank you for the donation. I have a couple of two-sided Beavercraft strops with the stock compound in a bottle of the 6 micron gunny juice. What do you recommend as a progression? Depends on what you're wanting. If you want a polished edge, then you want to go like I forget what his one above 9 is, but like 12, 9, 6, 3, 1/4, right? If you want to go to a polish. If you just want maintenance, then 6 is just fine. You can just do 6. Um, you can do 6 and 1, but just think about it from high to low. That's how you got to think about it. And the more you have, the better your results. Now, just because it's polished doesn't mean sharp. Do not mistake in that. Stropping is not sharpening. Is it possible for you to strop a very sharp edge? Yes. Is it possible for you to overstrop and get worse results? Yes. So if you're coming fresh off of a stone, you just want to clean the burr off. You don't want to strop any more than what is necessary to remove the burr. That's the biggest mistake people make, I think, is they come off the stone and then they think they have to strop their knife to polish or something or strop their knife to death. Not saying you can't take an edge off of 1200 grit and strop it to a polish, but you have a higher potential of over stropping, right? You want to come fresh off the stone, remove the burr, strop a couple times. That's it. Because now you have the highest potential of having the best level of sharpness possible. When you come off of a stone, the only thing you're trying to do on the strop is clean off the burr. The point of sharpening is to create a perfect apex, right? Now, what can happen is when you do the burr removal, you'll reveal a nice apex, and if you do it nicely, the compound can leave little tiny teeth at the very tip of the apex. But if you continue to keep stropping, you're just taking off those teeth and fucking it up and doing way more damage than good. Kurt, thank you for the donation. Glad you chose the right path. Thank you, Kirk. I appreciate that. I am too. I'm very, very happy with you know, life at this point. Very, very blessed. I feel very, very blessed. Don't want to round the apex. Right. And that's another thing. Same thing with sharpening, though. If we talk about freehand, right? If you're talking about freehand, the more passes you do, the better chance you have of fucking it up. So that's why you don't want to have to make more passes than you need to. Now, that's not saying obviously that you don't take as many passes as it takes to create a good edge bevel. But if you keep fucking around trying to get better and better and better and better and better, you wind up messing it up. You wind up doing more damage than good. Same thing with stropping. You should only need a couple passes of stropping or a few passes per side, maybe on 1 to 2 strops. Like if you use a 6 and a 1, you 5 passes per side on the 6, 5 passes per side on the 1. In many cases, not even that much. A lot of times I literally come fresh off the stone and I do maybe 3 passes per side. Depending on the grit I stop at. If I stop at 1200 grit, then yeah, I might do 5 to 10 passes per side. If I stop at 5000 grit, I don't even barely want to see that strop because the micron is already 3/2 micron. I'm already down that fine. That strop's not doing much, but what it can do is help clean up the burr. Now, if I'm doing edge maintenance, like I've already had my edge, it's sharp, I'm in the field, I use it, I come home, the only thing I'm trying to do is realign my edge, put a couple little teeth on my edge because say, I've been using it and my edge has a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of damage and the teeth have been knocked off of my apex from use. So I hit it on the strop a few times, and the diamonds in the stropping compound knock some teeth into my apex, basically, and help realign anything that was like off. Like say if my edge was like this, it was a little off, it helps bring it back to true and helps put some little teeth in it. But in the same breath, you can overstrop and roll your edge, round your edge, like Blades and Fades just said. Because when you're going across the strop, you're putting too much pressure, and this is the leather, and it's pushing and rolling over your edge. Instead of going straight across it like this, you're basically going like this because you've done it too many times. So now the leather is rolling your edge instead of doing it any justice. Jared, what knives do you have hanging on the wall? Are they all fixies? No, that is a USMC Fighter folder, Medford. The second one is the Hinder XM18. The second one's the XM24, Hinder XM24. Third one is the XM 18 3.5 inch. The fourth one is the React K2. This one is I have it sitting here. Is my Shuro Goroff right here. The next one is that. I switch them out too, but then the last two are the Microtech SOCOM Elite and the Spartan Harsey folder. That's the React K2. And then underneath the React K2 was the Shuro Goroff F95 Farag, monkey edge frag pattern. Sorry, brother. Fighting Eyes will have to hit the sack. Yeah, go ahead, man. Hit the sack. We're about to take off here in just a minute anyways. Mike Emler is actually running a live right now. I should have said that. Have a beautiful night, Jared, and everyone in the chat. Stay safe and healthy. Thank you, Skunk. I appreciate it, man. You too. Get some rest. I'm about to take off. I'm going to do like 5 more minutes, and then we'll take off. We have 113 people in here. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. Don't forget, right after we leave here, Mike Emler is live right now. Let's actually see let's see what that motherfucker's doing, actually. Let's go check him out. Let's stop in over there. See what the fuck is going on over there at Mike's house. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's doing a live giveaway.
Saying thank you to the members. I do their giveaways publicly.
Oh, 19 people over there that aren't over here. Look at this guy.
YouTube has all these features that they push, and they want us to use them.
What is he doing to me? I'm just fucking with him. Let's leave him a donation.
So
super chat.
It's weird. It's weird and it's silly and I don't get it. And if any of you guys have seen James Straub anywhere on social media, can you let him know he won last month's giveaway?
I did a wave, a fist, and a heart. 5 bones. Let's send that beesh.
We'll see what is happening.
Send him some bones over there. Since you guys sent me so many bones, we'll send him a couple bones. But yeah, I'm definitely very blessed where I'm at right now, and I love that I am a part of this community. This community has opened up a lot of doors for me and has given me the. You just got the donation. Hear that? but I just finally got the ability to start a sharpening service and, you know, provide something to this community. And I love this community so much. I love working in this community and being a part of it. And it's definitely helped save me and, you know, what my, you know, I don't know, probably what I would have ended up doing, right? Like there's so many different ways, so many different ways. Obviously, I would have figured something out and but who knows, you know, who knows what would have happened. I just know that this community has been so amazing to me and I love being a part of it. So I am I'm trying to stay with it long term, man. I definitely am. I definitely am not trying to go anywhere. I do want to do other things though. Like I do have plans to expand. Like I still have that belt grinder. I want to start doing regrinds for people. I still want to start up another channel that's separate from the knife community that possibly people from the knife community can go join if they want to or not, that have nothing to do with knives, but and I did make, people probably remember me talking about this a while back. I made a bunch of videos for that, but I erased them because I figured when I started it, I wanted to use the camera. And at the time I filmed it on my phone and I didn't do anything with it, but I practiced and it wasn't what I wanted. So I figured I'd wait but I'm still going to do it 100%. I'm very devoted in doing that and starting another channel. Running 2 channels though by yourself, editing and uploading, doing everything yourself is not easy, but I think I can do it. I think I can do it. Pull another 4 hours out of my ass, you know, every other day. I'm already doing 16-hour days. We have the best people in the community. Richie and I are constantly just blown away by the kindness of others, especially our customers. We have yet to come across an asshole Karen. I've came across a couple, but yeah, you're right. 99% of them are just fantastic. And they definitely outshine all the assholes. So, and I try not to even shine light on any of the assholes, you know, but and there's something I do want to talk about with you guys, but it's probably going to be too long of a conversation to and I don't want to end it on it, so I'll just talk about it next time. Um Anyways, are you into firearms at all? Well, John, I'm a felon. So, yes, I love me some firearms. I used to be a firearms collector. Just like I do knives, I used to do the same thing with firearms. I used to actually work on them, modify them. I had a huge collection. I probably had more firearms than I have knives now. Did. But I'm a felon now, and it is not legal for me to own a firearm at the moment. Now, Kara, she's got a FOID card, but it's illegal for me to have one at the moment. But I'm going to try to get that changed over in the courts hopefully soon. Walter, thank you for the donation. Thank you, Jared. You have helped me so much with my knife sharpening. Been trying to get a hold of knife modders for some custom anodizing. Yeah, those fuckers are hard to get a hold of, ain't they? No, I'm just joking. They're in here right now, but yeah, I appreciate it, man. And I try to help every way I can. Hopefully, this new join button, I'm hoping to start something where we can bring some sharpeners together. And even if, like, say you don't need help, right? Like, say if you don't need help, it might be just something cool to get involved in, like where we can sharpen together, you know, have like a little crew of people that sharpen and, you know, we can share stuff together and even supplies and stuff like that and have like a little group of people and we can help the other people, right? Like Blades and Fades. I'm not saying he's going to join or not, right? But he sharpens really good, you know. And if he was a member, it's not like he would be needing help sharpening, but he can maybe help people in the you know, in the chat and everything, and you know, just stuff like that. You guys get what I'm saying? I think it'll be really good. And for people that can't pay monthly to join, they'll still be able to watch the videos. They just won't be able to join in. So, you know, you'll still have benefits from it. It's not like you have to pay to watch or see it. You just have to pay to be a part of the fucking cool guys club. That's it, right? You get to watch the cool guys from afar. But if you want to be cool, you can pay a couple bucks a month and you can get in the club. Oh, it sounds bad. I think so too. I think it'd be awesome. Tri-State. What's up, Cole? Tri-State EDC in the house. Stop him in to say howdy, everyone. Howdy, Neeves. And good night. This boy needs a long power nap. Cheers, brother. Cheers to you, man. Shout out to Tri-State EDC. Hopefully you guys are following his channel. Blades and Fades is in. Yes. See, we've already started. See, man, what do we have? 100 people in here watching. If we can get like 4 or 5 people from the live tonight to join, and 3 or 4 people from, maybe even 4 or 5 people from the channel too, and get like 10 people, man, that'd be amazing. It'd be a nice little sharpening club. And I know people look at it, so trust me, I know people look at it because I get questions like this all the time, like, how is it even worth it, right? How is it even worth it if you did a live every other week and you were only getting a couple dollars from each person? Like, time doesn't make sense. And it's like, yeah, but I'm already doing that stuff anyways. And if I'm already providing the content to the people anyways, then it's a win-win. It's a win-win for me because I'm going to be doing it anyways. And this way I get the people involved, we help each other, and I might make a few bucks that really I'm not making because it's just going right back into the channel and the time I'm putting into it. But it's still, especially if it grows, like the Patreon. The Patreon took like a year to grow, probably over that. And I was losing on every single one because every donation I gave was more money than I actually made off of Patreon. And that's a fact. 100%. And I have to pay taxes on it. So I ate shit on the pay. Everybody thinks like, I hate it when I hear people talk like that, when they're like, oh, join my Patreon, as if you're fucking making a killing off of Patreon. I spend more on Patreon than I make. 100%. And I have to pay taxes on it. I do it to grow it so that eventually it winds up making a little something, and I can donate stuff to the people that are part of the Patreon that are supporting. Like there's an end goal for me, an end game. But people just think like that. Oh, if you have a Patreon, you're just rolling in the dough from people supporting you through Patreon. And it's like, eventually you do that. Maybe, I hope. Fuck, I hope so. But the first year or so, you eat shit. If not longer. You're just rolling in shit. But like I said, there's different ways to look at it. I don't look at it like that. So I just talk like I look like that. Oh, this is too much. I almost went to federal prison with 3 felonies because my fibromyalgia bottle label ripped off. 50,000 bail, and 6 months later case was thrown out, but it wrecked me. I've been there. I got one like that one time in North Carolina. The charges wound up getting dropped. I wound up getting a warrant for some other stuff, but the original charge was a bunch of shit that I didn't even have on me. It was other people. But anyways, but yeah, since I was a flight risk, I wound up having, like, there's no 10%. Like, usually you have 10% bail. Like if it's 100,000, you pay 10,000. If it's 10,000, then it's, you know what I mean? It's 10% bail. You don't have that when you're out of state. You're a flight risk. It sucks. Have Kara do a knife centered fans only channel. Yeah, right. That's hilarious. It was in North Carolina too. No shit. North Carolina, man. That place, when I went through there and that happened, they even told me it was a tourist trap. You guys have heard that phrase before: come on vacation, leave on probation. They said that to me like 10 times. North Carolina, born and raised. Y'all take your shirt. Wait. You take your shirt off, twist it around your head, spinning like a helicopter. North Carolina, come on and raise up. Yeah, I know what song you're singing. I've been there. Last spam. Jared, please look at the Victorinox Hunter Pro. I'll check them out. I will definitely check them out. All right. Thanks for all you do, man. Heading out. I know I'm heading out too. Thank you, Mr. B-Dub. But seriously though, guys, I know I sit here and goof around a lot and fuck around, and you guys are my friends, and I do goof around a lot, but I love you guys, and I do appreciate all the support and everything you guys do for me. All the people that help me separately from the channel and help support, and people don't even see the support that they do. I do appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the patron members. You guys are killing it. I'm up to like 116 patrons right now. That's amazing. And I've gained most of them in the past month. So that's incredible. So I would love to continue to grow that. We are going to continue to do donations. We actually have a donation coming up like right now. So you guys might want to become patron members. But I do appreciate everybody who helps support this channel and helps make it possible. Everybody who uses my sharpening services, everybody who comes to my lives and donates, everybody who comes to my lives and helps out with the conversation and chit chats. And thanks to everybody in the future that's going to start my join membership group that Kara busted her ass off to make all these little stickers for you guys that are going to change colors and stuff. I love you guys, and I thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Shout out to all you guys. Peace. Head over to Mike Emler's. I'm going to jump over there. Let's go and flood his shit really quick and talk some shit on him. I love you guys. Peace.